Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? So the Chris Brazzell knee injury does not leave Carolina without receivers. It leaves Carolina without a proven replacement for the one trait his size and 4.37 speed were supposed to supply: vertical stress. Today we're identifying the three things: who can preserve that vertical element, what Wednesday's offensive success actually proved about Carolina's depth, and when the Panthers should consider help from outside the building. So my early lean is this: Carolina can protect the immediate floor by dividing the work among several receivers, but the offensive ceiling still depends on somebody keeping the deep passing game alive. All right. Good morning. This is the Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion. I am your host, Tony, Couch Scout Extraordinaire and Pastor Trenches. Let's get to the facts. All right. So let's start with the injury and availability update, transaction updates. All right. Chris Brazzell II has been confirmed with an injury. He returned yesterday after missing 2 practices with soreness in his left knee during the 7-on-7 period. He went down without contact. He was helped off the field without putting weight on his left foot and was taken inside on a cart. Dave Canales said the Panthers would complete a full evaluation. All right. Multiple reports indicate that Brazzell suffered a partially torn LCL, is seeking a second opinion, and could miss up to 8 weeks. That diagnosis and recovery estimate are reported, not team confirmed. Okay, so we are definitely unknown about his official diagnosis, a roster designation, a treatment plan, a recovery timetable, his ability for the regular season opener. Okay. The immediate football impact is the Panthers can redistribute Brazzell's practice snaps immediately. What they have not proved is whether the current room can keep cornerbacks turning, safeties deep, and the intermediate field open without his height and speed combination. That takes us directly to the first football question. Does Carolina have enough receiver depth to absorb a reported extended absence? Or will the room lose a dimension it cannot reproduce eternally? All right. So before we go any further, hit the like button if you appreciate Facts First Panthers coverage, and subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. All right. And even if you haven't subscribed before, do so today. I would greatly appreciate it. Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk is part of Carolina Armchair GM Network. The show and the Patreon links, all my social media links, are available in the YouTube description. So as always, let's shake a little honey from the tree. All right. So as we see here, the injury and transaction updates. We just mentioned Chris Brazzell. Mitchell Evans has been confirmed to have a low ankle sprain. Evans worked with the rehabilitation group Wednesday. Canales said the team was optimistic about getting him back for Friday's Fan Fest. That is encouraging, but it is not a guaranteed return date. Evans is part of an open tight end competition, so every missed practice reduces his evaluation opportunities as a blocker, route runner, and complete offensive player. Dan Chisnia and Casey Washington. So Dan Chisena was placed on injury reserve, which created an open roster spot. Carolina signed Casey Washington yesterday to fill that spot. The official transaction connected Washington roster spot to Chisena's injured reserve move. We should not automatically describe Washington as a direct response to Chris Brazzell's injury. Okay. Washington has appeared in 15 NFL games, including 2 starts, and has 7 receptions for 108 yards. His path to the roster will involve both offensive execution and special teams value. All right. So to kind of do a reset, Brazzell left knee injury is confirmed. The partially torn LCL and 8-week estimate are reported. Evans has a confirmed lower ankle sprain. Chisena is on injury reserve, and Washington has officially joined the roster. So now we can evaluate the football plan without confusing confirmed information with reporting. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. And we're going to start with the first half report, which is the internal receiver competition. All right. The evaluation standard. Brazzell was the 83rd overall selection in the 2026 NFL draft. All right. He measured 6'4", 198 pounds, ran a 4.37 second 40-yard dash. During his final season at Tennessee, he caught 62 passes for 1,017 yards and 9 touchdowns. Canellis highlighted Brazzell's ability to threaten defenses vertically, track the deep ball, use his body control, and create space for the rest of the receiver group. Brazzell was competing for a role. He had not been declared Carolina's permanent third wide receiver. Tetairoa McMillan and Jalen Coker remained the established foundation of the room. The competition behind them includes Xavier Legette, John Metchie III, Jimmy Horn Jr., Jasim Reed, David Moore, Bryson Tremaine, Casey Washington, and the remaining depth options. The evaluation cannot stop at counting catches. Watch what happens to the safety depth, cornerback leverage, McMillan's alignment, Bryce Young's willingness to throw deep, third down route timing, red zone personnel, and special teams participation. A receiver can help the offense without catching 8 passes in practice. If his alignment changes the coverage and creates space elsewhere, he is performing a real football function. And let me bring to the stage real quick my homie, Mr. Energetic himself, Nick Tri-State. Nick, what's going on with you?
Good morning, Tone. How you doing, man?
I'm good, dog. I'm good. What's going on with you?
Driving on the way to work. Saw you were live. I was like, let me chop it up with Tony real quick before I get my day started.
Hey, I appreciate that. So today we're gonna be basically talking about the change of plan at wide receiver. I think yesterday's injury news about Chris Brazzell has freaked a lot of people out, understandably so. There was some high praises thrown his way by Dave Canales and other teammates so far in OTAs and mini camp and now training camp. So with yesterday news, some of those things may have been, I guess you could say thrown to the side a little bit. You know, that there may be some, maybe time to worry a little bit, if you will. All right. So, as you see here on the board, who gets the first opportunity now that Chris Brazzell is out? Allegedly, it looks like he's going to be out from for some extended period of time. Who do you think would step in and provide what the Panthers were looking for and hoping to get out of Chris Brazzell? All right. So here I have Xavier Legette, who is my first candidate. John Metchie is the second candidate. Jimmy Horn Jr. is the third candidate, and Jasim Reed is the fourth candidate. Now I know some people may be a little surprised to see Jasim Reed up there, but he has definitely been getting a lot of high praise in training camp. He was getting a lot of praise talked about in OTAs and mini camp and stuff like that. So I thought it was probably only right to put him there, especially since we're talking about the outside receiver position. I don't see him playing in a slot. John Metchie is there because he could really like play either or. I think primarily you might want him in the slot, or the slot may even be tied up. I think it could be Jimmy Horn and John Metchie that can back up Jalen Coker there. But let's stick with Xavier Legette right now, the first candidate. Um, the Legette should receive the first opportunity to claim additional outside work. He has the size, strength, run catchability, familiarity with the offense, and more NFL experience than Brazzell. The opportunity is legitimate. The job should not be automatic. Legette still must prove he can release consistently against press coverage. His hands and route depth are dependable. His timing with young holds up on vertical concepts. He can execute the complete assignment, including blocking. He can stack productive practices instead of producing isolated flashes. So, the best argument for Legette is his physical upside, right? We always talk about that. If he becomes dependable, Carolina should be able to build a large physical receiver group around McMillan and Coker and Legette without changing the basic structure of the offense. The strongest argument against handing him the role is consistency. Draft status and physical traits create an opportunity. They do not establish ownership. All right. So, how do you feel about Xavier Legette being the first candidate to take over in Chris Brazzell's absence?
Um, I think. Well, first off, it's very unfortunate what happened to Brazzell. I think Tony, you and I could both agree. First off, what was Brazzell even doing practicing yesterday when we already knew he was hurt? That's beyond me. But
Mm-hmm.
XL definitely is next in line. I think it was his job to lose anyways, regardless. Um, I was
Yeah.
actually keeping it up with Sheena and Vashti yesterday on Twitter in the space world, and man, they're super high on XL. Tone. They were talking how Sheena was saying how XL lost 12 pounds. He looks quicker, not just fast. Like he looks even quicker now. They got me feeling super optimistic. I think it's XL. Obviously, it's fair to say Brazzell's probably going to start the season on the pup list. We won't see him till after the bye week, but this is an
Right.
opportunity for XL or whoever to really take the mantle and take control of their destiny. Like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, if Brazzell got hurt, if XL balls out, it's kind of like, hey, man, this is my job to lose now, and I took it at this point, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like, hey,
Rashad was. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Nick. I thought you was
say,
done.
I real quick, I really like Jassim Reed. I think he's very underrated. I think he's a very good receiver, low key.
Okay. All right. Rashad, what's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Yo, yo, yo.
Rashad. Yeah, we hear you, dog. What's up?
What's up, man? Hey, I just hopped on. I ain't hit the question, man. That's why I'm just
No, which
hello.
well, the the question was, now that Chris Brazzell is out allegedly for an extended period of time, do you think Xavier Legette should be candidate one to replace Chris Brazzell?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. I think you know they was. I thought he was gonna get the number three job regardless based off seniority. I thought they was going regardless of what they were saying in camp. Oh, we like him and he's making all these plays. I thought he was going to be the fourth guy, regardless. You know what I mean? Bring him on slowly as the year goes on. But as far as the question, man, I think XL he was going to get that number three job anyway. At this point, it's all
Okay.
about that third. Yeah, at this point, it's all about the third, fourth, and fifth guy. I mean, not. I mean, the fourth and fifth guy at this point. So XL, I think, yeah, yeah, I think that, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Hey, this question is for everybody that's in the chat that's listening. In the panel, y'all can answer this as well. Um, what is the one thing you need to see from Legette before you trust him with a larger role? Is it the hands, the route execution, press releases, or practice to practice consistency? Y'all answer
Getting
that
open.
for me in the chat. And y'all let me know in the chat. And Nick, you go ahead. You go first.
I was gonna say press releases for me, Tone. Like just being able to win early at the line of scrimmage. I think if he can do that consistently, not only will it obviously help him, it will help the team as well.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think the press for me to, I mean, yeah, I'm going to say this real quick. Then Rashad, you can go. The press releases and the route execution, um, kind of go hand in hand, right? You know, because once you make that release, can you run that route precise? Do you know how to stem the route at the top of the route? Can you create the separation that's needed? You staying on balance, you know, body control, and then the hands will come into play after that, and then all three of those things need to be done practice after practice on a consistent basis. Rashad, what you got?
I heard somebody say press release. You said as far as Excel.
Come on, Rashad. I'm gonna need you to tap in now. Need you to tap in, dog. I said, what is the one thing? What is the one thing you need to see from Legette before you trust him with the larger role? Is it the hands, the route execution, press releases, or practice to practice consistency?
I think practice to practice consistency as far as his field awareness. Knowing where you at in the field. Getting your foot down and stuff like that. Knowing where
Mm-hmm.
the first down line is, stuff like that. Like stuff he wasn't doing his first 2 years. Field awareness.
Right.
I
Okay.
think that's the big
All right.
for me personally. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, that field awareness. Because we've seen so many times, him, not getting past the first down, right, the first down line on the 3rd and 7, or him, needing to get 1 foot down and hit him, instead of dragging it, kind of just, getting that foot out of bounds. But yeah, as far as like, field awareness.
Okay. I can agree with that one as well. I mean that to me you can add that to the other four things that's on this list. You know, the hands, route execution, press releases, consistency from practice to practice, and that hopefully carries over into the game. But yeah, field awareness is definitely one. There was a good debate. I ain't gonna say heated debate or argument. I'm gonna say it was a good debate that was brought up about how he needs to be better at that. The argument was about whether he does it more or less. But I think there's obvious times that people have seen in the game where Xavier Legette seems like he is lost when it comes to his field awareness, especially on the sidelines. I've only really noticed it on the sidelines. So yeah, I would definitely add that to the bunch. All right, so let's go on to candidate number 2, John Metchie. Timing, third down, dependability. What he brings is route detail, the timing, intermediate separation. All right. Metchie offers route understanding, timing, intermediate separation, and previous chemistry with Young from Alabama. He is not a direct physical substitute for Brazzell. He can still preserve an important part of the offense by becoming a dependable third down and conversion route option. Metchie must show that he can separate with the first offense, execute for more than one alignment, recognize leverage quickly, stay connected to Young's timing, and threaten enough of the field to keep defenders from sitting on intermediate routes. Metchie's best value may come as one part of a broader answer instead of as the complete replacement. So Rashad, let me ask you this: What how do you feel about John Metchie and his potential opportunity to step into the shoes of Chris Brazzell? Or let me tell you,
I
I shouldn't
feel
say step into the I shouldn't say step into the shoes of Chris Brazzell, but the ability now to firmly make the team. Let me say it. Let me say that.
I feel confident. I felt like he was going. I felt like he had a really good chance to make the team before the injury. Uh, I think he has a really good chance to make. Well, I think he's gonna make the team now. I can't say how confident I am, but I just say I feel pretty
Right.
good he'll make this team. Uh, I like him in that slot. I like him in that slot to be that that quick twitchy slot guy. I like to use him. I think he's better because he's younger than Hunter Renfro. But if you remember how they
Right.
used Hunter Renfro last year, like those first few games that he played, that he was decent. I think they'll use him sort of like that. How they used Renfro last year when Renfro was playing decent until he fell off the cliff. I think they'll use him
Okay.
like that. Yeah, but I like Messi to make the roster as that fourth guy to begin the year while Brazil is getting healthy.
All right. So you feel a lot better about him making a team. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I already thought he was gonna make the team, so that's this bumps him
Right.
up from 65% to 85% now.
Got you. Got you. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I didn't put a percentage or a number on it. Me personally, I felt like his relationship with Bryce Young, the fact that Bryce Young wants him there,
Yeah, yeah.
speaks volume. It's just like the same thing with David Moore. You know, a lot of people want to
hmm
count David Moore out because he's the older gentleman in the wide receiver room, and some of the conversation is make room for the younger players so they can develop and this and that. But the wide receiver room as a whole, outside of one maybe two players, you can make an argument for and say that they need to development. They need the development as a whole. So I think having that older, that veteran established player in the locker room helps the wide receiver room as a whole. And also, he knows the offense. He is like a security blanket for Dave Canales and Brad Isaac because he was with them boys in Seattle. Uh, they drafted him out of Eastern Oklahoma. I think that's where he went to school at. Pretty much Dave has helped develop him. So I think that trust and relationship that they have, I don't think it's going to be as easy to move on from David Moore as some people may suggest or think. So I think
Yeah.
personally, David Moore, I think he will be, I think he will be safe. I think he will be safe. And by the current injury that happened yesterday, and the kind of like the unknown, what you have behind um Tetairoa McMillan and Jalen Coker, I think it will be better to keep a veteran like that understands the ins and outs of the game, that knows the offense, that can be a security blanket for Bryce Young, as opposed to the developmental players that you are still waiting for them to come around the corner per se, if you will. So yeah, I think that is definitely a plus in that category when it comes to John Metchie. All right, so we're gonna move on to candidate number 3, Jimmy Horn Jr. All right, Jimmy Horn brings speed, motion, and manufactured touch potential. He cannot reproduce Brazzell's size, but he can pressure a defense in a different way. Carolina can use jet motion, orbit motion, the two things that we saw them use extensively last year with Jimmy Horn. You could put him in wide receiver stacks, bunch formations, switch releases, reduce splits. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do with him. Those tools can keep Horn away from static press coverage matchups and force the defense to communicate. His path requires clean releases, downfield tracking, ball security, special teams value, and continued timing with Bryce Young. So Horn can become the movement player who makes the offense harder to identify before the snap. So when you think about Jimmy Horn, who is candidate 3 that's on the screen right now, the things that I mentioned that he brings: the speed, the motion, the manufactured touches. Um, how do you feel about Jimmy Horn? One, possibility of making the team, and two, what do you see his role possibly being?
Uh, I had him on a roster bubble before the injury. He's That roster bubble has gotten a little bit better for him. It's made his possibility of making a roster a little bit better.
Right.
As far as his role, I don't think he's pretty. I don't think he has much of a role this year. If we looking at who we have now, I think at most you probably talk about a few screens here and there, a few jet sweeps here and there. Maybe there's maybe a few special team. I don't even think he plays special teams, to be real with you. Uh, I mean, uh, I mean, I, I can see him being, on a roster based off him being a draft pick, but I don't really see him having much of a role right now. I don't see where a
He's
significant
like he's
role.
like the enigma on the team right now.
Yeah,
It's like kind of difficult to understand his role or where exactly he may fit in. Um,
yeah.
I know they say that he has put on some weight. Looks like he has gotten a little bigger. I mean if that's the case, hey, I commend him on that. Um, I think his true value may come on special teams if he can, make a role for himself or create a role for himself. I know that yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, Jonathan Brooks was returning kicks. I
Oh
think
hell no!
Dave
What
Canales,
the hell?
Dave Canales
That
pretty
shit was
much
crazy.
has shut that down. He was like, yeah, Jonathan Brooks basically gonna have to beg him, like really beg him to get back there. So I think maybe his days as a kick returner has come and gone on one day. So, but you still have Trevor Achan that's going to be back. His special team value. I wonder if Jimmy Horn can I wonder if Jimmy Horn can carve a space for himself in the return game. And I want to see him. I want to see him continue to grow as a wide receiver. I would love to see him get the opportunity to showcase, what he can do. But clearly, if whatever he's doing in practice hasn't translated to the game. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen little brief flashes of things that Jimmy can do once he get the ball in his hand, but it's not been enough. Nowhere near enough. And the same thing we was talking about XL and his field awareness, especially on the sidelines. Same can be saying the same can be said about Jimmy Horn Jr. I mean, there was one or two plays where I seen where it's like he didn't even know exactly where he was on the sideline and he was running out of bounds and really didn't realize he was running out of bounds. To me, that makes
Yeah,
no
I
sense.
know exactly what play he's talking about. Like he was still
Yeah,
running like he was in bounds, but he was the whole time he was still out of bounds. He made that catch on the
right,
sideline. Yeah, I know
right,
exactly what play he's
yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
Yeah. So, again, for him, field awareness, especially on the sidelines, knowing where you're at. Um, if you watch and pay attention to Jimmy Horn and his stride, he still has a track man's stride. So I don't know if that's something that's ever going to change with him, but he's a long strider even for a short player, a player of his stature. But yeah, I'm I want to see how this preseason plays out. he's one receiver that I believe that's going to get an opportunity in the Hall of Fame game. In other three preseason games, he's definitely going to get an opportunity to show what he has, where his value might be, that those things. So that's how I feel about Jimmy Horn. Anything else on Jimmy Horn you got before we move to the next
That's
player?
it. It's a big training
Okay.
camp for him. It got a bit easier for him since Brazil went out, but it's still big for him. He still gotta put up. He still gotta put up. Cause I ain't heard nobody say his name all training camp. I ain't heard nobody. I ain't heard Dave Canales. I ain't heard nobody say Horn nothing. So he gotta put in that work.
Right. Right. Okay,
That's
so
it.
candidate four is Jasim Reed. Reed has generated positive camp observations. His next test is complete dependability. So what that means is executing correctly with the first offense, maintaining route precision, blocking when the ball goes elsewhere, learning multiple positions, and contributing on special teams. A receiver fighting for game day position has to create value even when the play is not designed for him. And that same thing can be said about Jimmy Horn, to be honest. So when you hear Jasim Reed's name, what comes to mind? How do you feel about Jasim Reed and his opportunity or his chances to make this team?
To be honest with you, I don't really feel much of nothing. I mean, yeah, I just view him as a camp body. I just view him as a camp body. I mean, I've heard his name. I've seen him on a few clips as far as like when guys post practice, but I don't.
Right.
If you want to talk about practice squad, I think he can make the practice squad now. If he comes out in the preseason and he shows some really great special teams, like if he can like be a return or something like that, and he shows potential
Yeah.
there, it might be something there. But as of right now, I think he just a camp body. Just keep other guys fresh, something like that. Be
Well, I know
realistic.
he was on the practice squad last year, and and that's
Oh
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
that's one thing that you want to see, guys that's on the practice squad. You want to see them continue to develop. Continue to develop their game, get better at their craft. And I didn't really see him or pay attention to him last preseason or training camp, but he definitely has caught my attention this year. So maybe that is a testament to the work that he has put in from last year to this year. I've seen him in some highlights that the beat reporters have put out thus far in camp. How he's creating separation. On the line of scrimmage, he has very good speed. Creating, running good routes, got good hands. So I like what I'm seeing from him thus far. But he's definitely going to have a higher climb to make this roster than anybody else. But also with the void of Chris Brazzell not being here, he's somebody that can be on the outside after Xavier Legette. To be honest with you, he's a big body. He's 6'2", about 205 pounds. I know he went undrafted last year out of San Diego. So and I think he was on the Cleveland Browns um practice squad last year as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think he was on the Cleveland Browns practice squad before Carolina picked him up, and he was basically with the Panthers all year. So he has spent the year getting used to the system, um, developing his game. So you never know. These unfortunately injuries happen. That's the unfortunate part of this. But at the same time, when injuries do happen, like it got to be that you got to have that next man mentality. You got to have that next man mentality, and you are looking for who is going to step up in place of said player that is now injured and that's looking to potentially miss an extended period of time. Yeah. So those are my four who gets the first opportunity. Candidate one is Xavier Legette. Candidate two, John Metchie. Candidate three, Jimmy Horn Jr. And candidate four, Jasim Reed. All right. So we'll move on to my next to the next slide here, and that is the wide receiver contingency plan. All right. So let me hold on. Maybe I moved too fast. So we'll move to the wide receiver contingency plan. I mean the let me slow down. The veteran in depth options. All right. David Moore brings system knowledge and dependable execution. Bryson Tremaine offers size and special teams value. Casey Washington brings NFL game experience and a fresh opportunity on offense and special team. Carolina has options. The question is whether those options become trustworthy roles. All right. Um, Wednesday gave Carolina legitimate, encouraging evidence. Young connected with McMillan on two feature plays. Legette, Tremaine, Moore, and Reed were among the receivers who made notable catches. All three quarterbacks completed deep passes. J.C. Horn acknowledged that the offense controlled much of practice. That matters because the production was distributed. Bryce Young showed timing and trust, and multiple receivers contributed. But one productive training camp practice does not settle a depth chart question. Wednesday depth chart proved that Carolina has Wednesday proved that Carolina has competitive depth. It did not prove that the offense will preserve the same spacing against pressure, unfamiliar coverage, and live preseason contact. All right. So Rashad, so the first question, debate question, go to you. Does Carolina have enough receiver depth to absorb Brazzell's reported absence, or was his combination of length and vertical speed too important to replace internally? What say you, my friend?
I think they have enough. I mean, with Tech, Cope, Excel, Demo, Metchie, and they're throwing horns. I think they have enough because you got to remember he's still a rookie. It's still a learning curve, So I feel like,
Right.
especially when it comes to rookies, most rookies, at least those like that first month and a half of the season, they really just learning. So honestly, I think this injury could be a blessing in disguise. As far as for Jimmy Horn in Brazil, because now he can kind of get healthy and sit back and learn the playbook and you don't you're not kind of having him out there before he's kind of uh they wasn't gonna have to use him that much anyway because they already have Ted, Colt, and X, so they could like really just use them like on like a few goals a game or something like that. But I think with him kind of this like me, you can kind of redshirt him if you ask me, because I think with the guys that we have, especially the guys that the back end guys, I think we have. I mean, you can never say you're better or you can be better when you're missing your third round draft pick, a guy that's 6'4", that run a what a, a 4-3 or something like that. You know, I
Yeah.
heard people saying, I heard somebody say Randy Moss, something like that. So due to somebody like that, it's never
Yeah.
easy. But I think we can, at least for that first few weeks of the year, I think we can, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely not willing to go out and say Randy Moss. I am definitely not going to put that on
Yeah, I heard somebody say that.
anybody. Yeah, that's crazy work. Yeah, that's crazy. So do you feel like we can absorb it, or we cannot fully replace it? That means the absence of Chris Brazzell.
I think we can. I mean, if you look at 2015 with Kelvin Benjamin. I remember when he got hurt. It was, oh my gosh, it's over. The season is over. And then it's like you got Ted Ginn, Jericho Cotchery, and then you got all these guys that kind of just put it all together and worked as a team. I think we can kind of do that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't think Brazil is that big of a guy that it's gonna be. Oh my God, it's over with. I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Hey, everybody in the chat, I just put the first live poll on the screen, and it said who should receive the largest opportunity if Brazzell misses significant time? Should it be Xavier Legette, John Metchie, Jimmy Horn Jr., or Jasim Reed? If you put 1, 2, 3, 4 in the comment section, the poll will automatically tabulate your response, and I will leave that up there for a few minutes, and then we can get to the results afterwards. So let me ask you this. So let me just give my 2 cents. I do believe Carolina has enough receiver depth to survive the extended absence without abandoning the passing offense. Right now, it does not have a proven one-for-one answer. I don't believe, and I say that because Xavier Legette hasn't provided that level of consistency yet. Um, Legette deserves the first outside opportunity because his physical profile gives him the clearest path to that work. He does not deserve the role automatically. So, start by distributing the responsibilities. Let practice, the preseason snaps, and assignment dependability determine whether one player separates from the group. All right. So that's why I said it's a good thing that we have 4 games this preseason instead of the standard 3. So these unknown variables, these unknown questions will be answered, and let the tape tell you exactly what should happen next. Because a lot of people that had their fan favorites. We have people that we feel like should be in this position or that, but then when the game tape comes on, it says different. You know what I mean? It says different, and it's like some people don't even want to admit that what they're seeing goes against whatever it is that they were thinking. But the film don't lie. I say that again. I say it every day and twice on Sunday. The film don't lie. The eyes and skies don't lie. So you can feel how you want to feel, but it's what you're feeling matching what you see on tape. That's what I tell people. All right. So I'm gonna leave this poll up here for a couple more minutes. You guys, again, make sure that you press 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the comment section, and the poll will automatically tabulate your response. All right, and let's see. And while you cast your vote in the poll, tell me what evidence matters most to you. Is your choice is it based on draft position, physical traits? Is it the current production, or the role that best fits the offense? Yeah, I will be interested in knowing that. Okay, I definitely will be interested in knowing that. All right, and if you are just joining us, judge this competition by more than the catch count. Watch who keeps McMillan movable, who affects safety depth, who wins the down requires precision. Who wins when the down requires precision, and who earns a game day role beyond the offense. That is how promising practice depth becomes functional depth. All right. All right, I'm gonna give this about a few more seconds, and I'm gonna take it down. Then we can tabulate and see what we got. Rashad, what you doing? You washing dishes or something?
You hear something? You hear that? You hear it?
Yeah, I
Nah, I ain't
heard
thought
it.
you heard it. Nah,
Yeah,
you hear it now?
yeah.
Nah, I had the damn thing on. Hold on, we gonna turn that shit off. Hold on.
No, you good. You good. So yeah, got 6 people that have contributed to the poll thus far. Let me see if I can get a few more. Let's see if we can get a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a few more. There's about 45, 46 people watching between 2 channels. Let's see if we can get a little bit more participation on today's poll. All right. I would greatly appreciate that. And while I'm doing that, NH official said player management getting worse and worse. Hey, appreciate you, NH official. Thank you for tapping in. Make sure you hit that like button. You guys make sure you hit the like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. I know I did things kind of different this morning than usual. I'm just trying to test some different angles out. See which angle benefits the show more. So yeah, I greatly appreciate that. Gerald Sticks Jones, a good morning. UO Sports Talk fan. What's up, Gerald? Appreciate you for tapping in as well. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Well, I know you've been here for a minute. Donna B the one. Shout out Donna B the one for showing up this morning. I had to call her out the other day. Well, not really call her out. I just wanted her just to match the energy for the Candy Girl show every day. And then Donna B shows up and Candy Girl didn't even show up today. So, hey, Rashad, mute your mic for me, Rashad. Yeah, okay, I got it. Never mind. Quante Lewis says, good morning. Good morning, Quante. Hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. Tebow, C Panthers said, good morning. Good morning, my guy. Hit that like button for me. Square Circle said, Macaroni Tony, my boy, let's get it started already. Dino, make sure you hit that like button for me. Broski Bear, XL going to step up this season. I hope so, Broski Bear. I hope you're right, my friend. Tebow said, Jacine Reed been lighting it up at practice so far. Yeah, that's what I've seen. That's what I've heard. Great. Appreciate that comment. D-Cash said, Tony, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, D-Cash? Thank you for tapping in, my boy. Nesnami said, I have to agree. It seems like every year the conditioning issues we have on this team are getting worse. Yeah. Well, I mean, it happens to everybody during training camp. Everybody is dealing with injuries. If y'all haven't seen the injury that happened to Shamar Stewart of the Cincinnati Bengals yesterday, that was a very gruesome injury. I don't think the human leg is supposed to bend like that. So yeah, everybody is dealing with injuries. Brian Breesy for the Saints tore his ACL last year. He was definitely going to be counted on. He's a starter on that defensive line. So wishing Brian Breesy and all the Clemson Tiger fans that's out there praying for your boy. I like Brian Breesy. I'm definitely a fan. Jonte Rozier said, good morning, Tony from Northern Nevada. Back to work this morning. All right, Jonte. Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Hit that like button for me. Broski Bear said people acting like the Ricky Brazzell was a lock to get more snaps than XL. Yeah, hey, you never know. You never know that. Hey, that's how some people were feeling. I'm of the mindset that he had a great opportunity to get that position come week 1. That's just how I felt. So let's see. Earl Locklear said, what's good, Tony? What's going on, Earl? Appreciate you for tapping in this morning. Hit that like button for me. See, Kenneth Montez 7139 said hands. That's a fact. That's a fact. Like I said, we was talking about Xavier Legette. So there's all 4 things that were mentioned he definitely needs to do. But yeah, definitely the hands. Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Desarian said, what up, Tony? What's good, Desarian? Appreciate you for tapping in. And you guys make sure that you hit the like button since you're here now. Yeah, the like button haven't really been getting shown no love the past few days, and I want to make sure that you guys are hitting the like button, subscribing to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Okay, make sure you are subscribing to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, and you are hitting the like button. All right. Still Matic said, "What up, dog? What's good with you, Still Matic?" For all them Pittsburgh Peelers. Yeah, he says, "Hit the like button. I appreciate that. Do exactly what he said. Hit the like button." Can't wait till them cats come to Pittsburgh, come to Peelers land. Okay, well, we'll be there. That's right. We will be there this year, Still Maddie. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. He said salute. Be almost Rashak in La La Land or need a cup of coffee. Yeah, Rashak be doing his own thing early in the morning. You can tell the difference early in the morning when he's here, or then when you see him later on another channel. His energy do be different. Tebow said, "XL, everything mentioned, the jury's still out on him. That's a fact. I believe that too as well." Errol Lockler said, "XL going to be fine. Stop worrying so much." Ain't nobody worrying. Hey, he just needs to get better, in my opinion. I never had high hopes from him from the beginning, so it is what it is when it comes to him for me. All right. Tebow said, Canales said Racine catches everything. Has he caught 11 TDs so far? Look, I don't know about no 11 TDs. I don't know where you get that from. But yeah, Canales did say that Jacine Reed has had a good offseason thus far. So yeah, that is true. All right, let's see what else we got here. King James said Reed just need an opportunity is all. Yeah, that's facts. What's up, King James? Appreciate you for tapping in. Hit that like button for me. Jeffrey said, this team cursed. Always these significant injuries before the start of the season. Is it because if that BS turf we got? Well, right now, it just seems all the injuries are happening on a grass field. The outside field that they are practicing on right now is grass. So, I don't want to have this conversation again, but it seems like when people have injuries or go down with an injury, the first thing people want to do is blame the turf. Well, the turf isn't even in play right now. They are playing on grass fields. Same type of grass fields they had when it was down in Winthrop. Okay. So these injuries are happening on grass fields right now. Okay. Especially the Brazzell is down. Okay, King James. He said, morning, fellas, keep pounding. Top of the morning to you. All right. Broski said, more Metchie are non-factors. Let's pump the brakes with them. They haven't produced much in their career. In their careers, Horn isn't NFL material. All right, Broski. The real HH Entertainment 9841 said, I met XL. He said, on my helmet in Jersey. Cool, down to earth dude. I'll never turn on him. Hoping he has a productive year this season. Hey, I hope that he has a productive year as well, because that will benefit the team. So I'm never against that. I'm never going to root for any player to have a bad season or turn out bad. But got to be able to produce and help the team as I see it. All right, so we're gonna transition over to the halftime. But hold on, let me stop this right here. So we didn't get any more people on the poll. Who should receive the largest opportunity if Brazzell misses significant time? Overwhelming decision was Xavier Legette at 67% and Jacine Reed at 33%. And I understand that because I think Jacine Reed is more outside than Jimmy Horn and John Metchie. So to me, that would make sense. That would make sense that people feel like Xavier Legette with maybe possibly Jacine Reed backing him up on the outside. I can see that. But they both need to show what they have during this preseason. But I can definitely see that. All right. So moving on to the halftime report, and the opponent spotlight today is the Philadelphia Eagles. All right. That is the halftime opponent spotlight. Carolina visits Philadelphia in week 6 on Sunday, October 18th at Lincoln Financial Field. Philadelphia returns Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, who both earned first team All Pro recognition for their 2025 performances. So both starting corners for the Eagles were first team All Pros. All right. Mitchell led the Eagles with 17 passes defended. Let's see. Yeah, with 17 passes defended. Philadelphia official preview credited him with allowing a 41.6. Let me move that right there. 41.6 percentage completion rate and no touchdowns and coverage. DeJean recorded 85 tackles and earned his first Pro Bowl selection. Philadelphia also added 6'4" corner Tariq Woolen, who is competing for an outside starting position. I mean, when you talk about those three corners, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, and then you get a Tariq Woolen over from Seattle, like that is arguably the best trio tandem at cornerback in the NFL. I will be hard pressed to even think of who can be number one ahead of those guys when you're talking about corner 1, 2, and 3. That's a hell of a combination. The secondary can combine outside length, inside versatility, press ability, catch point strength, recovery speed, and flexible matchup assignments. The matchup problem against Philadelphia, Carolina must answer: can the receivers defeat press coverage? Let me put this back up on the screen right quick. Um, can the offense force the safeties to respect the deep ball? Can McMillan move throughout the formation? Can stacks and motions create clean releases? Can Coker stay dependable against tight leverage? Can the backs and tight ends punish the attention directed outside? Can Young remain patient without becoming overly conservative? If Philadelphia can crowd the intermediate field without respecting Carolina's vertical game, the throwing windows become smaller. That affects Coker's route space. It affects the tight end. It affects the check down game. It affects Bryce Young's ability to reach the proper answer on time. All right. So, question to you, Rashad. Um, versus Philadelphia first versus Philly secondary, should Carolina lean more towards the size, catch, point strength, or speed and motion to open the field?
Um, I'm gonna say the size and length because that's what they are. That's what we have. You know, what I mean, we don't really have the speed type of guys, so we gonna have to get those. You have those Ted and Jalen and those guys use a big body and, and get those what do you call that high point the ball. But I think
Yeah,
I think Bryce Young I think Bryce Young gonna air it out more. I think he's gonna air it out more, and I think they gonna use their
against
size.
Philly.
Yeah, I think they're gonna air it out. I
Wow.
think they're gonna air it out more. I mean, you gotta think about it because they have a good defense anyway. So you gonna have to you gonna have to do something. You gonna have to pass that rock because they have a really good defense.
No,
They
I
they
hear
can
you.
they can stop. Yeah, they can stop the run. They can defend the pass. So and this is his fourth year. So yeah, I mean they gonna have to use those big body receivers. And you know
So you believe
because
it's
we
gonna be more of the size and catch point strength.
yeah yeah because we don't have the speed guys like that. We don't really have that many speed guys.
Hmm.
I mean, I mean,
Well, I
Excel, he
mean,
ran a
go ahead. My
yeah. I
bad.
mean, Excel. I mean, yeah, Excel ran like a 4.4, but like when you look at him play, it don't look like a 4.4. It looks slower than that. So I mean, as far as like straight speed guys, like as far as like you know, we don't have that. So yeah, you're gonna have
Mm,
to use those big bodies.
okay. All right. Well, what about you know using motion to create free releases? You know, because the motion can reveal your coverage and help create free releases.
Oh, that's automatic. That's automatic. They do that almost on every play. So that means you know,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, they gonna do that.
So
So
and
I mean,
moving Tech McMillan around can create favorable matchups.
yeah, I mean, I think I don't know how much they did it last year because I know they were saying that they was gonna put on more slot this year, but the injury kind of messed all that up. So I don't know if they're gonna resort back to more him being uh mostly the X, or if I know they still gonna move him around some, but they may scale it back some. So you know,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what Brad Idzik do because it's his first year, so we don't even know how he gonna call plays at this point until we get some preseason action.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, I just dropped another poll for you guys in the chat. Um, this one should be relatively easy. What should Carolina emphasize most against Philadelphia secondary? Size and catch point strength, or speed and formation movement? You can put one or two in the chat, and the poll will automatically tabulate your response. Now, the last poll only got 6 people to respond. I'm hoping to get more people to respond this time. So participate. If you're watching and you're able, participate. I know you got the screen open because it says 46 of you are watching. So all you gotta do is press one or two in the chat. It is not that hard. Put down the latte and the muffin for 2 seconds and press one or two. All right, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah,
Oh, they
hey, so
put down the
sometimes
latte in the muffins.
yeah, man. Put the latte and the muffin down this morning or something. Just for 2 seconds. I ain't asked for 2 minutes. Just for 2 seconds, Rashad. Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? You know,
yeah, yeah.
only takes but one hand, one finger. You know, just press one or two.
That's all. Or even a toe. That's all it takes.
Do what? Or said a
Yeah,
toe.
I said, or even a toe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We'll take that too. We'll take that too. So up on the screen, like we were just mentioning, how Carolina should attack Philadelphia secondary. So you got either the size and catch point strength or the speed and formation movement. Size and catch point strength. The press answers. Use the size and strength against tight coverage. At the catch point, when clean separation disappears. Red zone, keep multiple physical targets available. So when I present that to you, Rashak, for the size and catch point strength, um, which one stands out to you the most? Which one do you think Carolina can be the most successful in when we face Philadelphia? Now
I
this is
think
the
the high
size and
point.
catch the size. This is size and catch point strength.
You said,
Go ahead, Rashad.
I said, yeah, I said that's what they need to do versus them because that's our strength. I don't think you go against your strength. You regardless of what they strengths are, you you always got to go with your strength on your team. So I think with the
Right.
receivers that we have, we have to use them to what they good at, and that's what I think we should do.
Right. But the question was, of the three things that's in the size and catch point strength category, which
Mm.
thing do you think Carolina will be able to do the most? What do you think they will be able to hang their hat on?
As far as like the strength, on the strength part, like the strength. Um, is that what you asked me? As
So
far
you
as
got,
like what
are you looking at the screen? Are you looking at the screen or no?
I can't see. I ain't gonna. I
Oh,
can't
okay.
see.
Well, tell me
I
that.
see.
I can see
Yeah.
you confusing me. You're throwing me off. So you got press answers, the catch point, or the red zone. So press answers, use their size and strength against tight coverage. That's one. The catch point,
Mhm.
when clean separation disappears. That's two. And red zone, keep multiple physical targets available. That's three. Which one of those three do you think Carolina can do the most?
Okay. Okay. Mm, ah, the red zone pretty tough. Ah, I'm gonna say. Uh, I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna say three. I'm gonna say three.
Okay, the red zone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
And I
keeping
think we got
multiple
this.
big body targets available.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's yep.
So now,
I'm going with three.
huh?
I said I'm going with three.
Okay. All right. So now going over to speed and formation movement. So you got the free releases, which is one. So that's using the motion, stacks, and bunches formations. All right. So you use the motion, stacks, and bunches formation. Number two is move McMillan, move T Mac. So that's use the boundary, the slot, motion, and reduce splits. All right. Uh, then number three is forced communication that make Philadelphia adjust before the snap. All right. So which one of those three out of speed and formation movement do you think that Carolina can or should be able to utilize the most?
I think I want to say three, but I think two though. I want to say three, but I'm going with two.
Okay, you go with two. The movement of
Yeah.
T Mac.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that because I think that's a big emphasis that Carolina is trying to use, that Carolina wants to use this year, and they're working on that in training camp. Yeah, Dave has already come out and said that T Mac is going to play more in the slot, and it leads you to believe, with the injury to Chris Brazzell, should that stop being the plan? You know what I'm saying? Does that limit the plan going forward by Chris Brazzell not being available? Is that the role, or is that the role that Xavier Legette can step into and take off with, and that way you can keep the plan the same when it comes to how do you plan to utilize T Mac? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right, I'm gonna leave the poll up there for another minute or so. What should Carolina emphasize most against Philadelphia secondary? One, size and catch point strength, or two, speed and formation movement. All right, I'm gonna leave that up there for another minute. Philadelphia turns this camp debate into a real test. Against that secondary, merely occupying the receiver position is not enough. Carolina needs spacing, movement, timing, and press coverage answers. All right. And while I'm waiting for more people to answer the poll, right now, how many do we have that have responded for this poll? So we have 8. Let me get 2 or 3 more people to respond to this poll, and then we'll be able to call it. If you have thought about becoming a Patreon member, do so. The deeper follow up is the receiver role evaluation, which alignments, releases, and coverage reactions will show us that Carolina still has a functional vertical threat. That is where the film has to match the camp talk. All right. If you are loving the show, enjoying the vibe this morning, the good content, conversation, debate, show love to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. The QR codes at the top right, you can scan that, give a donation through PayPal. There's also a pinned link in the YouTube comments at the top to the welcome to the morning kickoff. The PayPal link is also in there. Donate, get whatever your heart desires. Again, I tried something different this morning to get right to the action without prolonging for a long period of time. So I wanted to see how that worked out. You guys let me know in the chat how, what you thought about that. If you have been here since the beginning, give me your opinions on that. That would definitely be greatly appreciated. All right. So, and if you are watching through Carolina Armchair GMCJ channel, you can also leave a super chat. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, showing love for the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. There's a lot of work goes into producing this content 5 days a week, and yeah, I would appreciate if you guys would help to support the channel and help me continue to do what needs to be done to bring you guys great information and great content each and every morning. I am here Monday through Friday, 5 days a week at 7 a.m. Eastern time. All right. So let me go back and let me check the poll real quick. All right, hasn't really changed, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. All right, so 63% of the people that have voted said speed and formation movement. All right, size and catch point strength came in at 38%. All right, so the people have spoken when it comes to that. I've already kind of give my lean on that. So is there anything else that you wanted to mention or bring about, Rashad, before we move forward?
Nah.
No? All right. So Philadelphia shows us what Carolina eventually has to defeat. Now we have to decide how the Panthers should organize the answer. One primary replacement, a role-based committee, or an outside addition if the eternal plan fails. All right. So let me see. I think that was my wrong one. Back here, the contingency plan. All right, let me move this so it can be seen. All right. Responsibility 1 is the vertical stress. Number 2 is McMillan's formation flexibility. Number 3 is a third down dependability. Number 4 is red zone physicality. And number 5 is game day and special teams value. All right. So let's just start with responsibility 1, the vertical stress. The primary internal candidates are Legette, Horn, and Metchie. Carolina needs somebody who makes a corner defend the complete route tree. That player does not have to catch a deep ball every practice. He must demonstrate enough releasability, speed, tracking, and timing to influence the coverage. So some of the things to monitor with that is the deep boundary repetitions, Bryce Young willingness to throw with anticipation, the safety depth, press releases, performance against Carolina's starting defensive backs, and whether the downfield concepts remain in the practice plan. If the deep routes begin disappearing, the internal plan is not working. So, Rashad, how do you feel about Carolina being able to um stretch the field, to stretch the field vertically? How do you feel about them putting vertical stress on their opponents, even though Brazzell will be out?
Um, I think. What you mean? Like, do I feel good about it? About them succeeding doing it, or do I how I feel about them doing it?
How do you feel
Just
about them
period.
being able to do it? How do you feel about them being able to do it?
Uh, I feel decent about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you- I, I mean, I feel like they can do it. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, man. 'Cause I mean, because they have those big body guys who real good at those, like those really short intermediate passes. But then I like they're gonna have to go deep. I think they can go deep. I mean, they don't necessarily have like the real speed guys to go deep, but I think they can do it with really good success because they did it last year on limited attempts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But against Philly, I mean, uh, it's kind of hard to say right now. But I'm gonna just say I believe I believe they had the opportunities. I believe
Tico, hit
they
the
had
panel.
the opportunities. But it's
Okay.
really kind of
All
hard to
right.
say. I believe they have the opportunities though. I like Jalen Coker, those guys. I mean, those guys did it last year at times. But if you look at the prototypical stretch guys, we don't really have that.
Yeah. Not someone that can do it or has done it consistently.
Yeah,
And let me say this too about the vertical stress, because the two guys that were able to do it, let me say this: the vertical stress isn't always based on speed. It's not,
yeah,
because before
right,
you
right,
can get to the speed, you got to release first. You got to know how to release from the line of scrimmage. You got to know how to release from press man coverage. All right. Then you gotta know how to stack your defender. Then gotta know how to create separation once you have stacked the defender. Once you got the defender in your hip pocket, can you create
right.
separation? So people always tend, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say all people, but a lot of people always tend to want to put speed in that category when you think of a vertical threat, and that's not necessarily the case. Having having the fastest player on your team doesn't make him a vertical threat. Just because someone runs a 4.3 or 4.37 or whatever the case may be doesn't necessarily make you a vertical threat. It sounds good. It sounds good that you can be that
Yeah,
because you run that fast, but can you do that on the field? You know what I'm saying? Your 40 time is one thing. What about your football
yeah.
speed when everything else comes into play? Let me bring up my brother from another. I don't know what took him so long this morning. Maybe he got stuck at Starbucks this morning or something. The wife had him doing some chores. Tip Drill Will, what's going on?
See,
And
you
before
had to
you
throw you had to throw a
respond,
shot at me. You had to throw a shot at me before you bring me up.
and and let me also bring up my other boy Tico. What's happening, Tico?
Yo, what's happening, fellas?
What's happening? What's good with you?
I can't call it, man. I'm ice balling.
Hey, you know what it is. Trying to get a little butter from the duck this morning. That's
Oh
all.
man, early with it. Early with it.
Yeah, early with it. Yeah, Will would have been up here. Hour and 22 minutes in. I don't know. I don't listen. I sent him the link and everything. Beforehand. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
some people just don't check their WhatsApp messages. Tico, you see how they do?
yeah. I
Try to
mean,
give people preferential treatment and they just turn it back on you, boy.
Yeah, I
God
tell
damn.
you. God. You wake up late and get to the gym late one time. But you just like an old platoon sergeant. Just like an old platoon. I was on time for 3 years straight. I show up 10 minutes late one time. I had a flat tire, Sarge. Oh, your ass staying after work today, soldier.
Yes, sir. Come holler at me. You got CQ duty tonight, sir. Don't even worry about it.
200 push-ups on the concrete.
Yeah. Front leaning rest till I get tired.
I know,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Don't even push up. Just stay in the position.
Yeah, just stay in the position.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry
what-
about that, but I hadn't even been I don't even know like where we at in the show, so please forgive me. I don't want to break up the groove. I know you was talking, but
Nah, you good. You good. We in the second half, and we're talking about Carolina's 5-part wide receiver contingency plan. Now that Chris Brazzell is out. Nothing has been confirmed, but it has been reported that he has a slight tear in his LCL. Joe Person, Reuters, they both have reported that and said that it looks like he's going to miss up to 8 weeks. So, like I said, the Panthers
Hey,
haven't officially
Sean.
came out. Yes, sir.
Hey, Sean. I'm gonna chat back in with y'all boys. You hear me?
Okay. All right, man.
All
All
right,
right,
Will,
all right,
T.
Shaq.
All right.
All
all
right.
right, fellas.
Yeah. But the Panthers haven't confirmed yet exactly what the prognosis is and how much time, that he is looking to miss. So basically one of the things that I was saying was um with Chris Brazzell being out, because with him, the Panthers were already assuming uh, to move Ted McMillan to the inside, um, creating more flexibility for him, and having Brazzell on the outside as that vertical threat. So now that Brazzell is out, does the plan change since you quote unquote no longer have that vertical threat on the outside? And I say that because, when I say that, people want to first mention Xavier Legette. Well, he hasn't done it consistently. He hasn't shown that he can be that vertical threat on the outside. So do you believe that changes the plan offensively? And if it does, that limits a lot of what maybe Brad Isaac could potentially call in the game? Or do you think we have enough talent in the wide receiver room, or for somebody to step up and replace the talent that Chris Brazzell was going to bring? I know I said a mouthful, but I was trying to cover all the bases.
Yeah, I'm caught up now. So first, I feel so bad for the young bull, man. You just got your new job. You're coming into the league, and you're injured. You know what I mean? I feel bad for him, and I'm pretty sure he'll get healthy and he'll learn how to, he'll learn what his body needs over the recovery period, man. So feel bad about that. But as for the question,
Yeah.
I don't know if it changes it as much as we think it does. Xavier Legette has not shown to be a reliable X, but he has had a good camp thus far. So I don't know how much Tet was going to play in the slot initially in the beginning of the year. I mean, it wasn't like Brazzell
Right.
was going to come in and was going to get 75% of the snaps anyway. So I don't know how much of the offensive scheme it actually changes. It probably changes that wrinkle that he brought up, that he mentioned, if that make any sense.
No, I got you. That does make sense. That does make sense. Before you go, Tico, Rashad, what's going on? I mean, not Rashad, Big Zip.
What's going on? What's going on this morning, y'all?
What up? What up?
What's going on, my boy? How you feeling, dog?
I'm feeling great, man. It's my last day of work, and I'm gonna get on the road in the morning so I can be in Charlotte for Fan Fest, man. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, pop
Okay.
out.
Yeah, pop out, man. I'm popping out, dog. I'm popping out, dog. And then I'm gonna turn around and be back out there week 1. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited about that too. But I heard your question,
Already.
man. I heard your question, man, and God damn, Tony, you always got some good questions, brother. Always got some good questions.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
I'm ready to answer it though. Whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm gonna let Tico go first because he was next, and then you can go right to Tico. How about that?
Heard that. Go on, get in there,
right.
Tico.
Tico, what you got for me?
I think they still gonna put him in the slot. The thing is, the guy that goes to the boundary is gonna have to step up to. He's gonna have to be. He's gonna have to.
That's big shoes to fill.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to kind of be attract some attention, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like Brad, like the reason for Brazzell is because he was so big and he's so fast, and on that single side with his contested catches, acrobatic catches, stand on his feet, stuff like that. So that was the reason behind that. It may open it up even more. Now, if you go back and look at it, Tet ran quite a few amount in the slot last year, but with the people that we had out there, it wouldn't be the same with Brazzell out there, if that makes sense. So they'll still do it, but it wouldn't have the same
effect.
It wouldn't have the same effect with Brazzell out there. So whoever I don't know if they're gonna put X out there. They may put X out there a few times at the X, before, because of how he's been playing in camp or whatever. And we know not T-Mac. We know Coker can do his thing at the X, but it just takes away that speed element in the boundary. Because when you talk about take the top off the defense, a lot of the time that's come from maybe the slot, the number 2 or the number 3, how they use Jimmy. They run those deep cross or those deep posts and then run those digs underneath because of his acceleration is so fast. So I think that's what you meant by how they could use XL, but they don't use XL in that for that purpose. They always use Jimmy. And it may be because of his acceleration and his game speed, like you said. It seems like it takes XL a little while to get rolling. And so I think that they'll still do it. The success of it is going to depend on how that third guy, which is XL, how he steps up and kind of become garner more attention.
Okay, Zip, what you got, Zip?
So, and T-Cole make a good point. I think that Brazzell going out doesn't affect things as much as we think, because I don't think they've had a full opportunity to work him into this offense is just yet. I think that XL will get that burn there in terms of that burner. You know, we will try to use him in that way this year. And I think furthermore, we have a lot of different combinations, you know, a lot of different ways we can deploy this wide receiver room because, you know, you did bring in a John Metchie and you know what I'm saying? You still got Jimmy Horn in there as well. So
Yeah, I
you can
forgot to mention Metchie too. Metchie can roll. Metchie can go too. I mean, I know we ain't seen him run a 40 in a while, but shit, he ran 4.3 coming out too, I think.
And that'll also kill in the slot. So I think that it kind of sets back you know, Brad Ezek a little bit in terms of how he wanted to deploy the receiver room, but at the same time, it kind of, if you ask me, it kind of makes it a little easier for him because from Brad Ezek's standpoint, you don't know 100% what Brazzell was going to give you his rookie season anyway. You know what I'm saying? He could have came out there and struggled a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we will get to see our main guys get used a lot more. You know, we'll be a little more efficient with our main guys to start the season. I like it actually. You know, it sounds crazy, but I like it.
Nah, I see what you're saying.
Like for instance, XL. You know, you could use XL. They already talked about using Tet more in the slot. So you could have a situation where you could have Tet in the slot, you have XL at the X and put Coker at the Z. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. And from you can honestly switch that around too. You can fuck around and throw Coker at the X for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put XL in the slot and Tet at the Z. And obviously Tet can run X all day. You know what I'm saying?
Only thing about XL is he gonna have to, you know, that X receiver. That's where that number one corner is. So with his route tree, well, I ain't gonna say for this year. I'm gonna leave that blank page open for this year. But in the past, his route tree wasn't that good to beat no number one corners. So put him over there. X, it was just like you don't even look over here because don't even worry about him over here against Sertan or none of them niggas like that in the open field. You know, comeback routes, digs. Like he ain't good with that. When he cook, it's in the red zone. That big ass body. Matter of fact, he routed up Sertan in that Denver game when Bryce came back in the end zone on a slant route.
I was about to say.
He's good at that shit.
That's what I was about to say, T. Cole. I think the number one corner will only affect Tet, or not Tet, XL at the top of his routes. You know what I'm saying? From off the line, I think he's burning just about anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. Off that line.
You got to look at the guys that are technically sound. Even guys that's slower than him will be able to stay on top from press because you know, like they're so different. They're like 4 or 5 different versions of press. And where some niggas, if you got a big nigga on you, you ain't really trying to be physical. You might even backpedal a little bit to see where he going first, and then open up and run. So you ain't really
mirror
got
him.
It's
really trying to mirror.
Tony. Don't do that. Don't do that, Tony. You start throwing out them next level quotes and shit, man. You gonna get hyped by your shit. I wanted to say mirror and goddamn, you know what I'm saying, hinge step, and you know what I'm saying, but I don't want to be throwing. I don't want to throw the chat off like that, man.
Okay, man. Okay, I ain't gonna get too deep. Okay.
But the mirror technique, the motor, the inch back, or you can even the fake jam like Charles Woodson used to do. He got them jump at you and make the receiver be doing all these moves, and he's backing up and waiting for you to do what you want to do.
All he gonna do is counter you. Yeah.
Right. So XL, I think XL, you got to get him the routes that he's good at. And I mean, of course, he may break open a few times in certain concepts or whatever, but we just need to see him beat number one cornerbacks a little bit more.
Yeah. No, I agree. I will say though, I
This
think,
dude.
even with what you're saying, T. Cole, I still think that XL is a mismatch off the line for the first, I'll say, 10 yards. After that 10-yard, a good corner, he gonna clean it up a little bit. But I think off the line, that first 10 yards, that's a problem. If
But
Bryce, oh no, go ahead.
no, go ahead, Zip. I just got something to say after you say what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Okay, now I was just gonna say if Bryce, say we were in a situation where XL was the main target, we didn't have Tet pretty much, and Coker, we didn't discover Coker just yet. Bryce, if I'm having to lean on somebody, I'm targeting XL early. Like soon as that ball snaps, my offense would be predicated on quick shots, and I'm trying to get I'm trying to get XL the ball early because his release, that boy is fast. The release off the
Zip,
line
you
is
killing me. You killing me, Zip. You killing me.
Now, hey, I'm not
So
a big XL nigga. I'm just trying to be optimistic about the nigga's skills. He
no,
is fast off the
I yeah, but you also have to deal with reality when dealing with XL. Like we
line.
know he's big, physical, and getting out the gym, but it's a thing like once you have the DB in your hip pocket, can you create separation? What is your stem at the top of your route? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
that ain't
do
his
you have
strong suit.
enough do you have enough wiggle to make him to fake him like you going left and then you go right? And are you staying on your route? You know what I'm saying? If it's an in route, are you staying flat? Are you coming back 1 or 2 yards, or are you drifting 3 to 5 yards upfield, which we have seen him consistently do? If it's zone, if you run in route, do you know how to sit down and find that window? Do you recognize man, and do you keep the same? These are the things that we talk about that separates XL from a lot of the wide receivers on our team. Nobody outside of Chris Brazzell really has excel speed. But when it comes to being a fundamental route runner, that creating separation, that's where those guys are ahead of XL. Now the hope is that he catches up to that and displays something this off season in the preseason that makes you say, okay, he can actually match the separation with the speed. He can actually have quiet feet at the top of his route where he's trying to make a comeback or out route. You know what I'm saying? Or hits or something like anything. Like I think nobody right now is scared of his route running ability. Now, if you just go back and just watch some of the practices, he's been having an excellent training camp so far. But just pay attention to when he's releasing and come off the line of scrimmage. Nobody is really feeling threatened by XL. Nobody is really feeling threatened by him. So you have to pay attention to all that especially when you want to factor him in at the X position going against a number one corner. That's great what he did against Patrick Surtain. Hats off to him. I didn't think he would be able to do it. He scored. But can you do it consistently? That's what separates you from anybody else. That's what you want to be, the main separator. That's what Tet has, and that's what Jalen Coker has. XL ain't got there yet.
See, and Tony, to be real with you, unfortunately, I think, and this is just my assessment, I could be wrong, but I think what's going on with XL is he's getting better, but he has lost the target share.
Debatable.
He's lost the target share that I think he needs to thrive. I think he's a wide receiver who I think what XL needs is he needs the attention of a number one in terms of the target share, but that's what's going to bring, you know what I'm saying? That's what you'll see him get better at that point. But at this point, that the thing is though, he's never going to get that here now. And that's where I think is the problem with XL, because I think, like I say, if you give him at this point where he's at, if you were to give him like Tet's targets, I think he will start to blossom. You will start to see a different side of him. But like I say, we got Ted now. It just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, and well, he has an opportunity now to solidify that third spot with Brazzell out, and the league majority going to 3 wide receivers, so he's basically a starter. So he gonna get some targets, and what he do with those targets, and if he earn more, you know what I'm saying. But I really like that assessment as far as, because that's what a lot of other Panther fans feel too. It like they feel like that his progression, he was so much of a project that he needed more targets, and he needed they need and I think that's partly Bryce's fault too. I'm gonna put a little bit out on Bryce too, because you hear Tom Brady say all the time, he was on the podcast with Edelman, not Edelman, but yeah, it was Edelman. He was on the podcast with Edelman, and he said it a few times on another podcast about how he wanted to get his guys in the game early.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't talking about what Bill Belichick called. He didn't give a fuck what Bill called, or what what the play was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, around that time he probably running his own offense anyway. They would just probably calling the play in just to call it. But once he go out there and see what he see, he gonna call what he see. So he always reiterated the fact that he wanted to get Wes Welker a screen or a drag or a damn an option route. He wanted to make sure Edelman got in the game early. Whether it's a hitch, a screen, you know what I'm saying, just get him the ball early, get the confidence up. And I don't think that with Bryce's slow development and him being skeptical or hesitant to take the reins, I think that kind of pretty much played into that, because he could have fed him. He could have exuded more confidence or made it seem like, okay, well, I'm gonna throw XL this ball right here. Give him a drag. Let me give him a drag route on this play, 3-by-1, and we're gonna run this. We're gonna run this down this drag concept from the number 1 and the number 3. We're gonna run this drag concept and let the number 1 pick for him, and he gonna run that bitch to the house just like he did in South Carolina when he clocked 23 miles per hour. He caught it. Didn't nobody touch him. He caught it, ran up,
I saw that on the highlight,
and took off.
Yeah.
Have you seen XL run a drag in Carolina?
Nope.
Exactly.
Well, no. I'd say maybe
not a crosser,
times.
Not a crosser. A drag. A drag is like 2 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the tight ends run all the time. That's how the tight ends be eating on them little ass drags.
Yep.
Yeah.
And XL got the athleticism to really turn it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Zip. Hey, Will, since you are the resident South Carolina CEO spokesman, man, come in and help your boy out. I did not mean for the conversation to get this about XL, but here we are.
Nope. Here's what I will say. XL is such a polarizing figure. If you defend him in any way, you lunching for him.
Uh-huh.
Just look at how Sheena had a dang on interview with him at the boxing at the boxing gym. They said it was propaganda. She caping for him. All this, that, and the third.
Oh yeah, I did see her respond on Twitter about that. Yeah.
And then except Joe Person, all those guys talking about how good XL looking in training camp, blah 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 blah. Y'all just saying that. You see what I'm saying? So it does not. It does not matter what. From the day he was drafted, you was either in or out. So
okay.
To his point, to his point, he said, they love me when they love me. They don't when they don't. I have to do the work. Period. That's what I want to hear. Because it's clear. It's clear. It is so clear. Everybody picked apart every small little nuance. It's so bad in Carolina. Metchie ain't did shit in the NFL. But Metchie gonna take XL's job. Brazzell ain't put on a
never said that.
No, I'm just saying Panther fan base, just Panther fandom. Chris Brazzell ain't put on a pair of goddamn shoulder pads.
Well, you know the reason.
Hold on, Zip. Hold on. Go ahead, Will.
Brazzell is the clear number 3 going into the clubhouse. He ain't swung a club or he ain't did nothing yet. And it's only because the guy is so polarizing. Yes, he's a developmental project. It's very astute to talk about the parts of his game that he need to improve upon. Those are all valid discussion points and inquiries. But I'm hoping that he shuts everybody the hell up this season. Just stop it. I mean, the Metchie thing, the one that got me the most. Metchie had a very serious illness, and when he came back from the illness, he hasn't done anything. Now going back to, I guarantee you, if XL had I'm talking about Carolina fans, XL would have had an illness,
Right.
He came back. Well, he ain't sick now. He ain't sick now. That's just how it is, man. That shit's ridiculous. I'm trying my best to push back from the XL conversation, because you know what?
Right.
I'm debating week 1 if I'm wearing my XL jersey to the game or if I'm wearing my damn JC Horn to the game. That's where I'm at with this.
Play it safe, Will. Play it safe.
I'm playing shit safe. No, but what I'm just saying. You see, you bringing the fandom out of me and you giggling and laughing, dog it.
Hey, hold on before you go, Zip. Hey, shout out to Eternal 252 for the $4.99 super chat. He said, "Facts, T Code. Bryce need to be a field general, or we move on. We got the pieces." Hey, appreciate that comment, Eternal 252. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, my friend. I greatly appreciate that. Go ahead, Zip.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say to Will, I think me personally, I was one of those guys who was screaming Metchie this, Metchie that, Metchie this, because and I wasn't really screaming Metchie this, but I said that I feel like the potential for him to say is there, given the potential of
You cutting in and out, Zip.
chemistry.
You cutting in and out. Zip, you cutting in and out.
Can you hear me?
Nah, barely. Barely.
Barely. I may have to.
Hey, why you get that straight? T Cole, you about to say something? T Cole.
Yo.
Oh, were you about to say something?
Oh no, I was trying to fix my audio. Did you call on me for something? I couldn't turn my
I thought you was
down.
getting ready. I thought you were getting ready to say something.
No, you good.
I'm gonna move on to number 2 in the 5-part wide receiver contingency plan, and that's McMillan's formation flexibility. All right, McMillan should not. Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Why is it called a contingency plan? Because Brazzell got injured? That was why it's called a contingency plan?
You had
No, I'm asking. Because remember I told you I didn't catch the beginning of the show. That's why it's called a contingency plan?
Yeah, that's why it's called a contingency.
How is it a contingency plan? They put on shoulder pads yet.
Well, based off the reports from Dave Canales and what's coming, they said that the plan was to move Tech inside more because they had a vertical threat on the outside in Chris Brazzell now, and they can do more. They didn't say XL. They didn't say Jimmy Horn. They didn't say John Metchie or Jacine Reed. They said Chris Brazzell. So now by Brazzell being out, there's other reports that have been circulating. People talking about, well, what do Carolina do as far as Tetairoa McMillan still being on the inside as much? Has the plan changed? So I said, oh, well, that they talking about like a contingency plan. So here we are, Will.
Okay, I just wanted to find out. Just wanted to find out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
nah, you good. All right. So number 2, McMillan's formation flexibility. McMillan should not automatically become a full-time outside receiver because another outside option is unavailable. His ability to move between the boundary, the slot, motion, stacks, and reduce splits create matchup advantages. All right. So some things to monitor is his slot opportunities, the motion usage, bunch formations, boundary replacements, target locations, and who lines up outside when McMillan moves inside. All right. So the best replacement may be the player who allows McMillan to remain difficult to locate. Okay. So just about everything that I just mentioned about T-Mac's formation flexibility. Tico, I'll go ahead and let you take the first stab at it. Do you think, and I know we kind of probably already mentioned it, do you think there's a replacement who allows T-Mac to remain difficult to locate? Do you think that we need a contingency plan, or is the answer already on the roster?
I think the answer already on the roster. Having a healthy Coker from the beginning of the season, I think will prove major dividends. It's gonna losing Brazzell. It's gonna open up opportunities for Metchie and Horn. I already told y'all Metchie was my sleeper, so you already know what I feel like he gonna do, and that just gave him even a little more wiggle room. And I know you seen that route he put on Charles Smith Wade, boy. He stepped on his toes and bopped him.
Yeah,
Charles Smith Wade, he was out the screen. He was out the screen, Tony.
Yeah.
but nah, man. I was, but yeah, man, I think we're good, man.
Yeah.
Coker and Metchie, and then whatever XL gonna give us is a plus.
Whatever XL gonna give us. You see what I'm saying?
We don't know. We don't know yet.
The shade is. You don't know we're gonna get Metchie.
All right, if you things down, you'll be good to go.
Nah, I ain't saying Metchie as far as ability. I already know what XL can do. I just don't, it just seems, in those critical moments, it's like certain routes. I just need to see, his awareness go up. I know what his ability is. He catching the ball now. He ain't dropping the ball no more. So he is a mismatch. He's definitely a mismatch. Pretty much anybody you line up against him, he's a mismatch. So
I got you.
Trust me. XL popping off is a great thing for us. We need that. Even with Brazzell, Brazzell won't hurt.
We need him to pop off. He ain't popping off yet. We need him.
To pop off. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Him got them coming out there and with his hair set on fire. That's just going. That's good for us. Yeah. Whether he's here in the future or not, it's 2026. So yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead, Will, and then I get Zip.
Heard that. Heard
Uh,
that.
I don't think that Chris Brazzell being out for 6 to 8 weeks changes. There needs to be a contingency plan. It's not like the
Hey,
guy's out for the
y'all hold
season.
it down for me. Hold it down for me for a minute, Will.
Okay. It's not as if he's out for, the season, right? He's out for 6 weeks. So that's not 6 games. He's out for 6 weeks. So by week 3 or week 4, by the bye week, he's working into whatever system, wherever they were going to do in that particular operation in the beginning. So I don't think that there's a contingency plan necessary. Um, and I think that I believe, this is just me, I believe that the starting three was going to be XL, Coker, and Ted. Those was going to be the starting three regardless this season. There was going to be packages when you brought in Brazzell and you could put him and put Tet in the slot. But that wasn't going to be, Brazzell wasn't going to get all, those many that much burn this first half of the season in the first place. He might have overtook an XL later on in the season. That's potentially could have happened, but it wasn't happening instantaneously. The jury's still out about Metchie. I mean, Metchie got just as much productivity as XL. So that's
Actually,
where we at.
actually less. Will.
I was just being, kind of fair because I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bash
Oh no,
Metchie because
that's so when it no, you good. I want y'all to say he's the worse you talk about it, the more happy I'm gonna feel.
because I'm not talking bad about him. You know what I mean? And
No,
you
it's true.
know,
That's facts.
yeah, but when we got players that haven't played a snap for us, and the fan base acting as if these guys are the true reason for Carolina football is wild to me. And I keep harping on that. I'm just saying not in this conversation that we having as a group. This conversation we having as a group is a very civil, thought-provoking conversation. I'm talking about the masses, if that kind of resonates. You know what I mean?
Well, here's you bring forth a very valid point, Will, when you're talking about people that have not done anything in the Carolina Panther uniform. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. My position when it came to the number 3 wide receiver, like I understand that XL was probably gonna be the number 3 going into training camp. But I also believe that by the time training camp was over, that either Chris Brazzell or John Metchie was going to take the number 3 wide receiver spot, or David Moore. And that when you made that comment, that made me think like enough people are not talking about David Moore, because David Moore got hurt last year, missed majority of the season. But let's go back to 2024 when he did produce in critical situations, like becoming a security blanket for Bryce Young.
Right.
Could you possibly have seen David Moore getting that wide receiver 3 position? I mean, he has familiarity in the offense. He has production in this offense with this team.
Yes.
That the other
See,
two, Chris
now we
Brazzell and
having a
John
more
Metchie.
now
Yeah.
that's a more reasonable conversation. I
Okay,
mean,
talk to me.
that's a more reasonable conversation, right? So you have and I get it with in the conversation. So we are having a conversation around upside, like potential upside and
Mm-hmm.
actual productivity
Production.
production, upside and
Right.
production. So, if you listen to the Carolina coaching staff, XL is the upside. But as you're having a conversation, you're talking about literal production. Where are we at? So that's the point that's a valid point to be had. So yes,
Okay.
David Moore could be the 3. David Moore could be the 3, but as it stands right now in practice, I don't know. On my timeline, I don't hear a lot of David Moore love. But it also could be that they already know what David Moore can do. They're trying to see where everybody else fit. David Moore could be the, you know what I'm saying? David Moore could be the vet, just sitting back there chilling, and they already know where they're gonna use David Moore, how they're gonna use David Moore. David Moore been with this coaching staff since Seattle.
Since he got drafted.
Yes. So they already, you get what I'm saying? So people be like, oh, David Moore ain't making his roster. Oh, David Moore is absolutely making his roster.
So Zip, talk to me. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Ro. I thought you was done.
No. Yeah. I was done. Only thing I was gonna say is, so everybody pack a lunch. He is going to be on the 53, David Moore. So if you upset,
David
pack
Moore.
you a lunch. Yeah, just be upset if you're gonna be upset. He's gonna be on this 53.
Okay. Zip, talk to me. What you think about David Moore potentially being a wide receiver 3? What how do you feel about him stating his case for the wide receiver 3 position?
You said David Moore. I don't really see David Moore making the wide receiver 3 spot. That's just me personally. Can y'all
Why
hear
not?
me? My audio good?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think let me rephrase what I'm saying. The potential for him to do it at this point with the Chris Brazzell injury is greater now. I think with Chris Brazzell being here, his chances were real slim. I think that David Moore is a piece that is now being worked with all these wide receivers that we're bringing in. He's somebody who's been here already, and he's had opportunity to, say, lock his position down on the team. And if he was somebody that we were looking to continue to give a role in this offense, I don't think we would have been, doing as much searching and bringing in as much talent at the wide receiver position as we've been doing. Even though he is a little older and he's not, going to give you too much longer in the NFL. But yeah, that's just me.
Right. Tico, what you think? What you think about David Moore not being mentioned for the wide receiver 3 position? And do you think he has the potential come game 1 to be wide receiver 3?
I mean, if we're talking about just all around receiver, trust factor, I mean, David Moore is probably our second best receiver. A healthy Coker, I might give Coker the nod because he's younger and he's feel like he's coming into his own. But outside Tet and Coker, Moore is the next best thing, bro, as far as production, proven, trustworthy.
Right.
Know all 3 spots.
Right.
And he's gonna be where he's supposed to be. He's quarterback friendly. And he just gets it done. Now,
and what you just said, what you just said, hold on, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what you just said right there is key when it comes to game day. All that what you just said about David Moore and what he brings to the offense, what he brings to the team is what matters the most when it comes to game day. Not practice, not training camp, none of that. Who can I count on if I'm the quarterback, Bryce Young, whoever's back there? Who can I count on in this game to produce when I need to count on them to produce? Go ahead.
Yeah, so, and I think that's why he's still been around, because our wide receiver core is so young, so unproven outside of Tech. Coker's been hurt the last 2 years, so it's almost like we ain't really ready to come off with David Moore yet. I know people want to see the young guys, and we're trying to turn the page, but I feel like I don't think it's time yet to get rid of David Moore because we don't really anything outside of Ted and Coker really. So we need him. We need that veteran presence. We need that guy that shows people. Look at me. This is what you do. This is how you do it. This is how you stay in the league for as long as I am. Type shit, and studying, but still out there dancing and partying and having a good time. When it's time to work,
Right.
it's time to work. So, but I just don't like Will said. I feel like it's gonna be XL, Tech, and Coker starting out. And it's gonna be. He's the 3, bro. Ain't nobody took it from him yet. So you think they're just gonna start the season out with David Moore at the 3? I don't think so.
I don't know.
He's a first round. They got a first round. He's a first round pick, and we got to see what he got, Tony.
Hey, they just praying for it. They're not for it not to be them. It just within their pain if XL.
No,
I'm saying the fan base. I'm just saying because you're like
I am a
he
fan. Will I am a
No,
fan?
I'm just
Tico will try to take a slingshot stab at me. You know what I'm saying? You know how you pull the slingshot back, and you know what I'm saying. It may not go in necessarily where you wanted to go, but just close enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he trying to take a slingshot stab at me. It's cool. It's cool.
I am. Because
God,
I'm upset about this.
All I'm saying is what I base 95% of my analysis on is production, what I've seen on film, and whether a person is ascending, descending, or they stay the same, how they can contribute to help the offense. When I look at in-game situations, I look at who does the quarterback trust the most in critical situations, third down situations. If it's 3rd and 15, who can he count on to get the first down if it's a passing down situation, which normally it is. Those are the things that I look at, and I factor in all those things because it's easier to say who we hope, who we wish, what we would like. That's cool. None of that matters when it comes to game day because you're trying to get a W. At the end of the day, you're trying to get a W on Sunday. And who do you think benefits me the most to help us get that W? That's how I look at it. Now tell me I'm lying, y'all. Tell me I'm looking at it wrong, Tico.
I wish I could.
You're looking at it wrong. You're not looking at it wrong at all.
You're not lying, Tony. You're not lying.
Yeah.
No.
Go ahead.
But with all of that being said, how is Brazzell that answer when he ain't even put on shoulder pads yet?
See, I'm not one to say that Brazzell's answer. What I've said is it's a log jam at wide receiver 3 between Brazzell, Legette, and David Moore. And I said out of those 3, I believe wide receiver 3 and wide receiver 4 will be settled. Now, I don't know who's going to be the odd man out, but I do believe that log jam before Chris Brazzell even got hurt, I felt like there was a log jam for that wide receiver 3 position because Coker and Tech are the only 2 that I feel like that have stamped their positions in that wide receiver room. Everything else is up in the air. That's just my opinion.
No, but that's I think you could. That's a little more than an opinion. I think you can say that's close to a fact.
Yeah. Hold on, 1 second. I wanted to say something to Will real quick. So, Will,
Yes,
when you hear the large optimism that people have in a John Metchie coming to this team and us drafting Chris Brazzell, it's largely based off of the potential. Okay, when you look at Brazzell, and I know you know this, but I just want to take it a little deeper. People just would rather than pouring in what we poured into XL, people would rather pour into a Chris Brazzell and see what they got. Then I think, me personally, when you look at John Metchie, yeah, you can go back and you can say what there's a large survey size we can look at and say what he's already done in the NFL. But at the same time, we don't know what he'll do in the NFL with Bryce Young. He's had prior chemistry with him. You know, they could click immediately. It could be something where he comes in, they click immediately, and he get out there and they make it makes such a difference on the field that what if it's just no option but to make him the number 3? What if he's going out there balling that hard to where it's like, well, goddamn, we might as well make him the number 3. That's where you hear these things coming up, because when you drive to XL, and we've all established that XL, we may not have gotten them where we should have gotten them, but when you get them in the first round and he don't necessarily pan out, you're gonna have people in the fan base be excited about other players that we're bringing in, whether we draft them or get them into free agency, because some people are tired of XL. You know, some people aren't, but some people are tired of it.
I get the skepticism, like I said, but there has been people that have been habitual line crossers. So I get the reason why. I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying that you draft Chris Brazzell. You draft Chris Brazzell. You draft Chris Brazzell, and the night you draft Chris Brazzell, people say trade XL tomorrow for a bag of potato chips. You get what I'm saying?
That ain't how it goes.
Hold on. No. I didn't hear what you said. Well, what'd you say? My bad. I'm kind of mixed up at work.
No, so I agree. I'm agreeing with everything you said, and I do understand, you know, the optimism and all of that. I do agree. I agree 100%. I'm not saying that I don't agree with you. What I'm saying is, what gets
I'm gonna hop out for a minute. My phone about to die. Will, my bad, Will. I'm gonna hop out for a minute, Tony.
All right, man. All right.
Only thing I was saying, and you know, I know, Tony, I know you're ready to move on to the next topic, so I apologize. But the only thing that I was going to say is, I understand the optimism and all that stuff. I get it, right? The known for what you have is the unknown. And I get it. What I'm saying is, the moment that you draft John Metchie, you immediately say trade. I'm not John Metchie. You draft Chris Brazzell. The moment that you draft Chris Brazzell, the moment you say that, you say trade XL for a 6th-round pick and a bag of potato chips. Calling the man hot garbage. This is an indictment on him. You didn't even get excited about the prospect of the kid. The conversation instantly turned about bashing this young man.
Yeah. And real quick before we move on, Will, I just want to let you know, I wasn't one of those guys who said
no, you weren't. You weren't.
Yeah, because I know that we still have an investment in XL through another 2, potentially 3 years. So, and I still want to see what it is we can get out of that. So I feel where you're coming from. With Chris Brazzell and John Metchie coming in, it definitely shouldn't have been a situation where we just said, okay, let's get rid of XL now. No. People got to understand we still got an investment in XL, and we still got to see what we're going to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm sorry. All right, Tony. I apologize, man, for derailing the conversation down the XL train. My bad. Tony?
Oh, my bad. I had my mic muted. Hey,
okay.
we need to give a shout out to our homeboy real quick, Will, SC Panther Boy, aka Mr. Wife, aka Mr. Thailand. Hey, we see you in the chat. We want to say we appreciate you, my guy. Hey, y'all be careful. Y'all look out come Friday. Come Friday now. SC passing out flyers for trips to Bangkok. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come with your own itinerary. That's all I would say. Yeah. Shout out to Antonio McClanahan. He said, "What's up, Tony? It's TJ. What's going on, Antonio McClanahan? Thank you for tapping in, my guy." He also said like, subscribe, comment, and share the stream. And shout out to the number one instigator in Panther Nation, Commander 363 divided by 2. What's going on, 363? We greatly appreciate you for tapping in. All right. Hit that like button for me as well. Hey, we've been here a little over 2 hours. If you have not shown support to the show, I would greatly appreciate if you would do that. We have great conversation, great debate. All right. Great energy, great vibes that we bring to you each and every morning. If you are enjoying those things and morning kickoff is helping you get through your morning or get your day started, hey, show love to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. The QR code at the top right, you can scan the QR code. There's also a pinned comment link at the top of the YouTube comments. Welcome to Morning Kickoff. The link to my PayPal is there as well. I haven't seen the PayPal go off just yet, but you know, when you do, let me know in the comments so I can properly shout you out. And Tim Bullock, I know he sent me a PayPal gift yesterday, so I want to properly shout him out. I don't think I've seen him in the comments this morning, but Tim, if you are there, if you are listening, I appreciate that PayPal gift that you sent me yesterday, my friend. Appreciate that. And I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, scan that QR code at the top, guys. Go ahead. Zip, you was about to say something? Or was that Will?
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't me. No, I was listening enough.
No, I was just listening. I was just listening.
So real quick. So we're gonna remove on to responsibility 3, the third down dependability. The primary candidates are Coker, Metchie, Moore, and Reed. Third down production depends on correct route depth, zone awareness, timing, and hot route recognition. All right, leverage, understanding, and dependable hands. A receiver can replace part of the lost value without running the same routes if his dependability keeps the offense on the field. So, fellas, when I mentioned the responsibility 3, third down dependability, and I mentioned the correct route depth, zone awareness, timing, hot route recognition, understanding leverage, and dependable hands, who comes to mind at first? Will, you go first?
When you said those things,
yeah, who's the receiver that's vying for the wide receiver 3 position? Who comes to mind?
For wide receiver 3, I was going to say for those I would have picked Coker, but Coker's already on the field as 2. For 3 right now, pass production minus the injury is David Moore. He's going to be where you need him at. If they're gonna play us in zone, he's gonna find the right soft spot in the zone. He's gonna get into the window. So right now, you know, in third down, you know, it would be David Moore. If you would ask me, Metchie, I don't know. I don't know enough about his game to say that he can or can't do it. I don't know. I don't know enough about his game.
Right.
Right.
All right, Zip. What you guys, Zip?
I think that the strongest situation is. I mean, who knows? You know, XL could present a strong case.
Zip. Nope. I see what you're trying to do. You are not getting ready to move the goalpost. The third down the production depends on correct route depth, zone awareness, timing, hot route recognition, understanding leverage, and dependable hands. So when you hear me mention those 6 things, what receiver comes to mind for the wide receiver 3 position?
I'll go ahead and give it to David Moore here. I'll give it to David Moore here.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
I
your
hear
honesty, sir.
He set the
yeah.
question up that way. You know how these, you got to understand
Oh
his
God.
personal profession. Got to
Yeah.
understand what you're
Oh.
dealing with here.
hmm When you want a certain
that
response, you got to ask the question a certain way. You know what
that is an honest assessment when we talk about third down dependability. Like I just talked about that, right? I just talked about on game days, if you're the quarterback, who can you depend on in critical situations? And most of it is third downs, passing situations. Who can I depend on to make the catch, to run the correct route? Um, who can I depend on to recognize zone awareness? You know, timing. Who have I built that timing with? Okay, understanding leverage, and again, who has the dependable hands? That's all. That's all
XL.
basically what I said beforehand.
XL.
You a lie. You know the truth ain't in you. You don't believe that. You
Yeah.
do not
See,
believe.
that's why you set the question up that way. Oh,
I'm
and and I'm gonna tell you, Tony used the key words like
Oh my
estimate,
god.
assessment. These are all
saying?
triggering words for me,
Y'all,
and he know these are triggering words. They're triggering.
y'all, y'all, y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. I listen. I'm just asking. It takes time to build these questions, man. I don't
And you,
build these questions with no hidden agenda. Well, maybe a little bit, but
I was about to
not a
say,
lot.
how dare you? How dare you? Oh boy. Ooh.
oh,
Oh, I was about to say it's the
oh
first time I
God.
ever heard you throw some stuff out here that ain't true. Oh boy, I was about to come for you, boy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Oh
sorry.
man. All right. Carolina can place receiver height through the complete formation. The answer does not have to come exclusively from another wide receiver. All right. So, responsibility for red zone physicality. All right. The primary options are McMillan, Legette, Tremaine, and the tight ends. Talking about Bryson Tremaine. So you have to, things to monitor: back shoulder timing, blocking, contested catches, condensed formations, rub concepts, high point opportunities. Um, so when you think of the red zone physicality, who do you guys, and Zip, you can go first. Um, you know what? Not who do you guys. Let's just go straight to the point. Do you think or do you feel that Xavier Legette can present himself as a red zone physicality and win those one-on-one matchups that a lot of time presents themselves when you're in the red zone?
Yeah, I do think he can. I think that's been one part of his game that hasn't been the worst per se. Since we've been evaluating him since he's been here. So yeah, I think he can, especially this year, make a large presence in the end zone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Will, well, I already know it, but Will, what you think?
See, there you go. There you go. See,
My bad.
you don't,
I apologize.
you
I
know what I'm
apologize,
saying?
man.
No, you
I'm a
don't
mute my I'm a
apologize.
mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my mic
Exactly.
and make sure I give you the opportunity to answer the question.
Hey.
Yes, he can. I believe that he can, and I do believe that the coaching staff and Bryce Young believe that he can. Go to the playoff game. They went to him twice in the end zone. Once was a pass interference, once was a pass breakup by the defender. So he will get those opportunities this season, just like he got them last season. And he has produced in that department. Does he need to do more on all the other things that we talked about? Absolutely. but we can't take the one thing from him that he is actually produced in. And this is the one. Okay? All right. All right. All right. I'm good, Tony. You can mute your mic now. You know what I mean? Good Lord. It wasn't that painful.
All right. Hey, hey, listen, because I try my best to stay neutral in these conversations that are being held, especially when it comes to Bryce Young or Xavier Legette. So, hey, I know you got some that love the player, some that hate the player. For me, it's neither with me. Like I said from the beginning, I didn't have high expectations on him when we drafted him. So, I just don't. I didn't then. I don't now. You know what I'm saying? So that
but
there's
you
not
wasn't
really
like that
too
with Ian
much.
Thomas.
Huh?
You wasn't like that with Ian Thomas. It was rough.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
but look at
I did not like Ian Thomas. Yeah, yes. Let the record show. I hate Ian Thomas just as much as my wife hate Ike Ekwano.
hey, and look at that comparison too. We're comparing XL to Ian Thomas, dog. Come on, man.
No, you're talking about his hatred.
See, Will did that. Zip. Now, I'm gonna let Will, cause see that's the only thing Will knows that can trigger me. But see, it doesn't work as well as he think it does, cause I know what he's trying to do when he brings up Ian Thomas. You know what I'm saying? That ship has sailed. He ain't been here in about 3 years. So, I would never. XL is an all pro compared to Ian Thomas. If you ask me, Zip, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. I apologize for bringing up Ian Thomas, man. My bad.
No, you don't.
That
No,
was a bad
he
time to bring him
absolutely.
up, Will.
Yeah, he absolutely do not apologize. Don't believe that, Zip. Don't believe that. So let's go to responsibility number 5: game day and special teams value. All right. Brazzell's possible absence and Chizina's placement on injury reserve affect more than offensive targets. The 5th and 6th receiver positions frequently depend on special teams. So some other things to monitor, especially during camp and during the preseason: coverage unit participation, return work, blocking, gunner responsibilities, positional versatility, and Casey Washington's integration. The most productive practice receiver does not automatically become the most useful active game receiver. All right. So I don't really have a question for that. So let me just ask this question. And Zip, you go first. Should Carolina begin with a role-based committee or concentrate the first team repetitions on one primary replacement?
That's a good question. I think we should go role based. Because I think if you go role based, you'll unlock. You know what I'm saying? It'll be better for the development of these young players. You know what I'm saying? You'll unlock something. You might see a few different things rather than you focusing in on one replacement. You may only learn what you want to learn about that one role you're looking at. Yeah, I think role based. You might see multiple different players. Hidden X factors, so to speak.
Will, what you got, Will?
So you saying should we take a role-based approach to filling the gap that Brazzell was going to fill? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Should
If you say,
Carolina
okay,
begin with a role-based committee or concentrate the first team repetitions on one primary replacement?
one primary replacement. I don't even know if it. Okay, I'll play along. One primary replacement.
And who is that one primary replacement?
The guy who was the number 3 wide receiver all along. XL was the number 3 number all along. So the core 3 the question is filling the X position and so that Tech can get in the slot. Is that what you're asking?
Well, that ain't what Zip said. Zip said a role-based committee, so he don't even believe that XL is wide receiver 3.
But that's Zip.
That was Zip said.
Okay, that's Zip. That's Zip. I mean, every man entitled to.
You see how I tried to word it, right, Tony? You see how I tried to put it?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. But I'm just saying, Will Robinson's assessment is, I think, is your 3 primary wide receivers need to get rhythm and timing, and then you start folding in packages to meet, certain situations and schemes and fits and things like that. Those will still be out there and available. For example, bringing in David Moore for critical third down in a package that you have. Bringing in other players that you need, Bryson Tremaine for big packages, all kinds of things. There's all kinds of ways. There's different ways that we can move things around. But I think that right now in camp is rhythm and timing. And as you can see, it seems like XL's having a good camp. So if he's having a good camp, hopefully that translates over to this season, because I really want the young man to do well. So that's my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts on it.
Okay. All right. So I just want to confess that yes, Zip, I set you up on that one. Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping Will Robinson will fall for it, but he's too much of an XL fan because they're both from South Carolina. So yeah, I already knew where his answer was gonna go.
I mean, there's a lot of people. The reason why I'm a big XL fan, the reason I will tell you right now, you want to know I'm a big XL fan because of his backstory, his family story. He's from South Carolina, that type of stuff. But you want to know another reason why I'm a big.
In the fact that he make a mean coon brisket. But go ahead.
That's another positive too. But you do know one of in the brigade that I was the senior engineer for on one of my last deployments.
Yeah.
One of XL's first cousins was a company commander in one of the companies that I actually engineered for and then helped them do operations for. And me and him are good friends. So,
oh wow, okay.
I feel kind of so. I mean, I just let y'all know, XL will get zero slander from me in perpetuity. That's just where we are. I just want to be clear on this.
I'm glad it finally came out, Will.
Huh?
I said I'm glad it finally came out. I knew there was some sort of deeper connection there. The way you hold on to the man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to him. I'm gonna hold on to him, dog. I'm gonna hold on to him, man. The man, in fact, you talk about battling adversity. The man lost his mother and his father and still came out the wire.
Yeah. Okay, and that's something I'm confused about. When did his mom and dad pass away? It was before he got to the Panthers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because I just remember when David Newton asked that question in the press conference, and I thought it was something that I missed, and then all of a sudden, people were talking about it, and I was like, I could sworn I watched everything. I don't remember missing that, and for the longest, I thought it was something that just happened, and it was kept quiet. It was trying to be kept quiet, and I thought it was something that happened since he's been drafted at Carolina. So this was before.
Yeah, he when he was in high school and when he was in college, he lost both his parents at a very young age. At a very young age, he lost both parents. So, but I'm just saying, the adversity the young man's going through, the adversity, he was still able to work through it, able to spit himself out the other side. I'm pulling for this man. Pulling for him.
Okay. That's a beautiful backstory and all, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, he got work to do, brother.
I never said he didn't have I ever once said he didn't have work to do.
Talk to him, Zip.
I mean,
Tell him, Zip.
I'm just saying though, but that story can only get him but so far. Will he got to
But
put
I
the
never
work
said
in?
that doesn't give him anything. What I'm saying
That
Yeah,
sound like
it
what you
don't.
saying.
It
That
don't.
sound like what you saying,
right.
though.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm pulling for him. I am absolutely pulling for him. Now I know that he got it. And I've always said this, and I don't know if you guys remember me saying this. He's worked himself into a hole that he got to pull himself out of.
Yeah, big time, big time.
And so I never said that isn't the case. But what I am saying is I'm pulling for him, and I know he can do it. And when when he proves himself, there's still going to be a certain subset of his fan base that want him gone anyway, and I am going to beat the snot out of them.
Yeah, that won't be me. That won't be me.
That's neither you two gentlemen. It's not. I'm talking about there are certain people I am going to punish religiously for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope he
Yeah.
pop, Will. I hope he pop. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm a South Carolina fan. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been got a glimpse of XL a while ago. And that last season when he really popped, I was like, God damn. I didn't materialize him coming to Carolina. That kind of surprised me when we went and got him. But, you know what I'm saying? I know a little bit about him. I know a little bit about how he plays. So
But anyway, but I just wanted to make sure that I gave that disclaimer of like me and the guy. I mean, like we text back and forth. We friends. And when XL was drafted, I didn't know I didn't know him and XL was related. During draft night when we drafted him, I said, "Oh shit, there go E." And sitting standing right next to XL when he put on his hat. Getting drafted, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit. That's when I texted. I was like, boy, I did not know. I did not know X was your. You was like, yeah, man, that's my first cousin, man. That's my first cousin.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you got a little affinity for the young man, and I get it. Like, listen.
No, there's not a little affinity.
would-
It's a big affinity. It's a big affinity.
Okay, it's a big affinity.
Not a little. I just.
So again, like I'm gonna always go by what I see on film. I'm not going to create a conclusion that's not there. I'm not going to say something that I haven't seen. I'm always go by what I see on film. And for me, going back to this. Well, first let me say something about Broski comment. He said Moore and Metchie haven't produced much at all in their careers. I don't understand why they're being put on the pedestal. Broski, I don't know where you get that from because I know I never put Moore and Metchie on the pedestal, and I haven't heard anybody here on this panel put him up on the pedestal. So yeah, I don't know where that come from. Maybe on other channels.
Put him on a
maybe
pedestal
on other
means that
channels
you didn't
people
tear
are
him
doing
down.
that.
Yeah. If you didn't tear him down, that means you put him on a pedestal.
Okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, I haven't torn XL down. I could, but I ain't doing that because I want to see the young man.
You just side-eyed him. That's all.
No, it's not side. It's not side eyeing them. It's just me just telling the truth about what I see. And if everybody else will be truthful and put their biases to the side and just look at production-based talent, when you look at him, he just hasn't gotten there yet. Now, I'm not saying that he can't get there. I'm not saying that year 3 won't be better than year 2 and year 1. But this is what I would say. If the Panthers believe so much in XL and his development, when they drafted him in the first round and signed Coker as an undrafted free agent that season, they have since drafted 2 wide receivers since then. And each time they draft a wide receiver, it seems as if XL goes down further and further down the totem pole. So Chet was drafted. He's taking over the number 1 spot. Coker, undrafted, has taken the number 2 spot. The number 3 spot, that's why I always said I thought it was a log jam. You have some people say, well, XL is going to be the number 3 going into camp. Okay, cool. That's cool. I can give anybody that if that's how you see it. I'm just under the belief from what I've seen thus far from the young man, I haven't seen enough growth in his game or enough belief in his game to say that he's going to be the unquestioned number 3 wide receiver come week 1. If people want to say that he is, come training camp and throughout preseason, cool. I ain't got no problem with that. But I'm speaking for me. I'm hoping to see all the things that everybody else sees and wants to see. But I'm just going off what I have seen thus far up until training camp. Training camp has looked really good for him. I can't lie. Training camp has looked definitely good for XL. Now I want to see that translate on game day. So he's gonna have an opportunity in the Hall of Fame game. He's gonna have an opportunity in these 3 preseason games. So that's where it's gonna really that's where you're gonna really see the work that he has put in this offseason. That's what I'm hoping to see. But I am not ready to say that he's gonna be wide receiver 3 come week 1 when I know there's other options on the team and one that I believe is more dependable than he is.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
So when he doesn't dress out for preseason game 1 and 2, I mean not Hall of Fame game, because I don't think none of the people are dressing out the Hall of Fame game. But if you think if he doesn't dress out for when the starters don't dress out and he don't dress out, you know that his position is solidified, right? Right?
I can honestly say that there's an argument that he has up until that point solidified a spot. Yeah, I can say that.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we, when we go through the preseason, I'm gonna have that stuff spring loaded for you there. I just want to make sure that you're aware of that.
you ain't gotta. Yeah, I mean, you can. That's cool if you want to be nicer. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I just want to be, because
I will be watching the game.
Yeah, I know. I'll be texting you.
Yeah,
I'll be texting
Shaky
you.
8. Shout out Shaky 8. He said we always act as if we didn't know XL was a project. The entire reason we moved up 1 spot was for an extra year of control because he was so raw. Okay. Zip high. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Nick, let me bring Nick up. Nick, what's going on?
What's up with you?
Ain't nothing much. I know you coming on here to protect XL. So go ahead and get it off your chest.
Oh no. I ain't listen. Hey, listen. Production has to be. Look, this is just like that crazy argument I had with PPP yesterday. I'm gonna let listen. I'm gonna go ahead and with y'all. I'm standing 10 toes down. Production has to meet the performance until we can say that he is there. So I ain't even about to argue with you. He got to put some tape out there that says that he's that dude.
And real quick, I just want to let you know that I told my wife about the argument you and PPP was having. And her and I both have come to the conclusion, Nick, that you were wrong in that conversation.
What you mean I was wrong?
Yeah, you was wrong when you was talking about whether a word can be more than just a definition. You remember that?
I said that word. I said that word. So daggone well.
Was he asked me what was giving us a Latin class again? Was he doing a Latin class again?
He asked me what was the threshold of the
urban. He was doing the urban Latin class. Yeah, you know how PPP do. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, Hey, so he asked me, what is the threshold of the word consistency?
Oh, here we go. Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Come on,
Here
Tony.
we
Come
go.
on, Tony. Come on, Tony. That
Yeah,
word.
I missed the part where y'all was talking about that particular word. I just remember y'all going on about it about can a word be more than the definition? And you was like, no, it cannot, and he was like, yes, it can. It can't have a threshold. And I was like, yeah, Nick, you wrong. So you
No.
know me, I ain't the smartest person in my house. My wife is. So I asked her, and she basically broke it down. But like you were just saying, it's a threshold not for every word, but that particular word, yeah, I don't know if threshold is. I mean, she could tell you, I can't.
That's all I was saying. I ain't gonna, but either way, as we did digress and go on to the fact that we was talking about the quarterback and his comments about the quarterback, and I said that and all I was saying is that potential does not make you that. So at the end of the day, the
Right.
potential of what XL can do does not make him has not made it for where we can say he's made it. So at the end of the day, he has to put on a performance to quantify. And these was the words that I was using with people to quantify his position. So I ain't gonna argue with you with that. I mean, I will. You either admit it that he has shown a little bit of something in camp, and that's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. There's no doubt about it. Like like I watched the little clips that Sheena and Carolina Blitz and them put out there, and I'm checking them out. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, he definitely looks the part right now. You
Yeah,
just want to see that carry over into
the
game
game. Yeah,
situation because
yeah,
you know, um, it's different when the live bullets are flying.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
different when the live
yeah,
bullets are
yeah.
flying. Yeah.
Hey, all I do know is that that mother looked fast, man. He looked faster than he's ever looked on the field in
Don't
my
don't
eyes.
don't give him any. Don't give him any ammunition. Don't give him any ammunition. Because
What
the enemy.
what
No, it's
what
not
what are you
Tony. It's
talking
not
about,
Tony.
Will?
And it's not Tony. It's not Tony. It's not Tony.
Oh,
No, what I'm
oh.
saying is, what I'm saying is, the enemy is listening and they writing stuff down. And you are talking on an unsecured line here, right? You.
Hey,
Hey.
no,
What you doing?
nobody mic is encrypted. Nobody mic
You know what?
encrypted.
Nobody mic is encrypted. As a matter of fact, they can replay this back. They can man, stop. Just
Oh God.
I'm just saying,
Oh
Oh,
God.
man. Have mercy. We are unencrypted right now.
Hey,
I'll leave it alone, then.
Will,
I'll leave it
hey,
alone.
Will, you stupid, dog. You stupid.
Hey, listen, we've been here almost 3 hours now. Hey, haven't seen any love to support the show in PayPal. And the QR code is in the top right corner. Scan the QR code, man. If you're enjoying the conversation, the debate, the energy and the vibe that Morning Kickoff is bringing to you this morning, I greatly appreciate it if you show love in my PayPal, or there's a pinned comment in the YouTube chat. Welcome to the Morning Kickoff. It's pinned at the top. You can also find the link to the PayPal in there as well. If you happen to be watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, you can also drop a super chat over there. I greatly appreciate it. So show a little love to the channel. We've been here almost 3 hours. So yeah, I greatly appreciate it. So Nick, you done missed majority of the conversation. Just to kind of like sum it up a little bit. How do you but Chris Brazzell hurting his leg yesterday, and Joe Person and Reuters have already confirmed through them that is a slightly torn ALCL, and he could be possibly missed up to 8 weeks. That hasn't been confirmed by the Panthers as of yet. I'm pretty sure you will get more information today about that. The reason why I had contingency plan on here is because how the conversation so far throughout camp has been about Ted McMillan moving inside and Chris Brazzell being the outside vertical threat. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has mentioned XL or Jasim Reed or Jimmy Horn or anybody else. They was talking about Chris Brazzell. So a lot of the talk now that was happening yesterday after the injury is whether or not Tech would still stay on the inside, and would that affect Brad Isaac when it comes to play calling? Could he still call the games like he planned on calling it, or will he be limited in his play calling abilities because of the injury to Chris Brazzell? Right now, who do you think is the clear cut third wide receiver, or do you think, like I also think, there is a log jam at the 3 and 4 wide receiver spot? What say you?
I'm not really buying into this whole Chris Brazzell thing in the first place. I wasn't buying into it yet, anyways, because at the end of the day, just like we said, that it got to be quantified on the field before we can say that would work. So
How dare you?
what I will say is this. What I will say is this: is that in my eyes right now, I think that if you want to do what you were going to do, what you were thinking of doing with Chris Brazzell, the only option is to use XL, because XL ain't that much slower than he is, and he can get. And and this is what might have been my criticism about some of the things that Dave Canales and them have tried to do with XL. In college, XL was I'm gonna run down the field and you're gonna throw the ball over the top and I'm gonna catch it this year. That's what he was, and a lot of people don't realize that.
But has he been that in with the limited opportunities to catch the ball downfield, deep balls? Has he consistently done that? And let's just be honest.
I don't think we have. I don't think he has. I don't think we have consistently thrown that at him. He had a decent one.
Whoa. So the question was, when he has been presented with opportunities, has he consistently produced when the ball has been thrown deep to him?
I think it's about a good 50-50. I'm gonna say a good 50-50. That's all.
They ain't gonna accept that. They ain't gonna accept that.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna accept that. They ain't gonna accept that.
No.
I'm talking about the end. I'm talking about the. I'm talking about when you said consistency with the PPP thing, and you said 50%. You just had a discussion about the consistency thing, man. You giving PPP all this ammunition.
No, I say 50%. No, I'm saying that he has had drops back there, but I don't feel like he's had drops back there on a consistent basis. I feel like he has had drop back there, but has he
consistently produced? Now you just said that he hasn't consistently.
So no, that's why I said just said he gets. I'm gonna give him a good 50-50 because he needs to get better at it.
Okay.
He needs to get better at it.
All right.
I can unlike some of our other brethren, I can say where he needs to improve but at the end of the day, I'm not going to say he has consistently dropped it either. I think he needs to do it at the clip that he was doing it in South Carolina for me to say he consistently does it. So I'm good with my quantification of what the word consistent means. I'm not
okay. So Shaky 8 said after the drop in Philly, they haven't given him the opportunity. I'm gonna ask Will and then Zip. Do y'all believe that's true? Go ahead, Will.
No,
What
that's not
Shaky A
true.
just the comment that he just posted.
No, that's not true. They have given them
Okay.
opportunities. They have given them opportunities deep. They have given them opportunities in the end zone. It's just that drop in Philly. I'm gonna tell you right now, he could catch a Super Bowl winning touchdown, and they still gonna say, "But do y'all remember that drop in Philly?"
Yep.
That's just
I
how it
believe
is.
that. Yeah.
Just how it is. It never fails. It never fails. And if he that drop in Philly defines part of his story here in Carolina. No matter how the rest of the story is written, that's still gonna be part of the story. Not the whole story, but part of the story.
Right.
But that don't make no
So that
sense though. It doesn't make any
but
sense though. That game.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. To say otherwise to them is uncivilized. To say other, not, and I'm talking about I'm not talking like Tony is a very straight thinking, analytical, ones and zeros type of guy. So this is not for Tony. This is for the people who are hot take Louis. They will never forgive him for it. It's never gonna happen. Not in this lifetime or the next. That's just how it is. So, but to answer your question, they have given them opportunities deep. They do give them opportunities in the end zone. A lot. No one talks about
Okay.
his rookie season. Nobody talks about his rookie season when he was an unproven wide receiver, unrefined, needed work, and was thrusted into the X position because we had a head case in Deontay Johnson.
Right.
No one talks about that. No one talks about all the struggles he's had while in Carolina. They only talk about, well, you lost. They drafted Texas. You lost the X position where he was never supposed to be an X.
Okay.
It just seems so like lacking
Well,
context sometimes.
that's and Zip. You can go, but let me just say this real quick. That's
Mhm.
why from day one I didn't agree with the draft pick because I do not believe you should draft a developmental player in the first round, especially if you are a team that has so many holes on your
Mhm.
team. You do not have you do not have the room to just draft for developmental, for developmental reasons. You need guys that can come in and produce right now. I need guys that are starters or major contributors right there, right now. They it's not like Kansas City or San Francisco or Buffalo, people that are routinely in the playoffs making deep runs or what have you, and they drafted somewhere between 25 and 32. And and they take a flyer on somebody on Excel because they don't expect him to come in and contribute right away. We weren't in that position when we drafted Xavier Legette. That is the
Yeah.
main reason why I hold Dan and Dave feet to the fire when it comes to that decision because they made that decision. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They
Right. I
brought
mean, I
Excel.
understand.
Yeah.
I
So
understand. I agree.
that's why I said for me in that position, Lam McConkey, Ricky Pearsall, and Keon Coleman were the three receivers that I had over Excel at that time. You know what I'm saying? Those at that time, those three receivers in my mind were more ready, NFL ready than Xavier Legette. So like I said, I've never had high expectations for this guy. And in some ways it can be unfair because you got one hand people say he was a project. That's why we moved up in the fifth round to get that moved up in the first round to get that fifth year option on his contract because it was a developmental piece. And then you have someone like me who says, well, if that's the case, you know, forget the developmental piece. We need a starter. All right.
Yeah.
We need a starter. You know, that to me, that's a wasted pick. Just like with Jonathan Brooks. I don't think we should have drafted Jonathan Brooks coming off his ACL injury. I don't care nothing about him being the number one running back coming out of college that year, but he was injured.
Right.
He was injured.
Right.
Trey Benson was Trey Benson out of Florida State was the running back that I wanted if we was gonna take a running back. That's who I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I do not believe in taking an injured player or developmental player in the first 3 rounds. I don't.
Wow.
I never have, and I never will.
No, that's actually that's actually a respectable.
That's a respectful view.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the first 2 rounds. I probably would have taken Brooks in the 3rd round, but I wouldn't have took him in. You know, 2nd round was seen to be rich, but at least but if Brooks turns into what we think he is, it's gonna be worth the damn 2nd round pick. It was.
Yeah,
So,
but that's an if. That's an if. That's the issue.
Yeah. Well,
that's the issue.
there's a whole lot of ifs with Brazzell, and yet people say he wide receiver 3. So I don't want to hear that.
Go ahead, Zip. What you got?
Damn soul say nothing about no damn ifs.
Zip, what you got, dog? You still there? Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Nick. I go back to Zip.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this, man. I don't know, man. I get where you're coming from. I get 100% where you're coming from. There's a lot of ifs in those rounds, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. Tony is correct, because if I don't even care about have taken a running back. If we had taken in the 2nd round, our defense would probably be fathoms better than what it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
If we had taken the defensive tackle from Florida State, our defense would probably be fathoms better than what it is currently. So I ain't even going. I'm actually probably with Tony on this. You can't. We did need starters. We needed players who could make an impact. And we weren't sure if Jonathan Brooks was going to be able to make that impact. And, obviously hindsight 2020 now, we know that he wasn't able to. So
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with him on that. And we needed people who were going to move the needle. And I don't even 100%. I'm going to tell you this right now. I had Malaya McConkey rated higher than XL. I have no clue what
most definitely
forced him.
Most definitely.
I had no clue what forced him down, and I'm just gonna be 100% honest. I think Dave Canales,
his size, and the fact that he's a white boy. Let's just keep it on.
I ain't going in on the. I'm not going in on the second part, but at the end of the day, I am going to say that, and I think me and you had this conversation before, Tony. I actually think that Dave Canales and Dan have a mold. I'm just I'll be 100%. I think they have a mold of what they consider good wide receivers. And I mean, is it bad? No. Does it put you in a position where you could not pick the best wide receiver? Yes.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I think that they have a mold, and we can see it in the last 4 wide receivers they've drafted, and even the undrafted, they all are 6'2" or up.
Yeah,
and I just think they got a mold.
Well, 6'1" because XL and Jalen Coke are both 6'1".
Yeah, but it says 6'1" and 3/4. Them fools 6'2". Them fools 6'2". I don't even do that.
Well, I don't.
My wife do
I
that.
don't, I don't, I don't, I don't know how you added that 3/4 on there because on they draft combine, ain't neither one of them say 3/4. But go ahead,
Either
Jay.
way, either way,
I'm gonna let
either
you have
way.
that.
However tall they are, they tall. However tall they are. But at the end of the day, but it still says that they have a mold of what they consider they want the physical attributes of their wide receivers. I think that that's what knocked Lad McConkey out of their eyes. And I mean, I thought, I'm 100% honest, I was actually surprised that Lad McConkey was on the board after the first
Tony.
round.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tony. I apologize, man. I'm gonna have to drop off, man. I got some work stuff came up.
Okay, no problem. I appreciate you for tapping in as always, my guy.
PT,
Thank you for being here, holding it down.
PTO.
And the last thing I'm the
I
last thing I'm gonna say
I
is
knew you had a last parting shot. Go ahead, Will.
no party shot. Last thing I'm gonna say is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try Biscuitville for the first time today. So I'm
Okay.
gonna let y'all know what
I
this
tried
about.
that.
I ain't never say again.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I tried Biscuitville back in 23 when I was in Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm still in Jacksonville, North Carolina, over here by Camp Lejeune, and they got a Biscuitville. And you know I'm not supposed to eat till 5 o'clock, but my flight leave at 1, and I really want to try this Biscuitville, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna break my fast early so that I can get the biscuit. I'm gonna try this Biscuitville out.
Hey, just to let you know, I have been doing good with my intermittent fasting. Matter of fact, this weekend I'm gonna start the 14 and 10.
Good for you, man, my dog. Hey, it's not as hard as it seemed, isn't it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't as hard as it seemed.
My man, I'm proud of you, dog. I'm proud of you, man. All right, man, fellas.
CJ said take your pillow with you.
All right, CJ, I'm gonna let you. Hey, CJ, I'm gonna text you and let you know what it was like.
All right.
I'm gonna say,
I will.
Yep.
Hey, real quick, Jay Hudge says y'all tripping. Jalen Coker 6'3" officially. That would be a no, sir. If you go to NFL.com, I am looking at his profile now. As I've always said, he is 6'1" and 3/8. That's what he measured in at the NFL Combine. 6'1" and 3/8. That is not 6'3". All right. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I don't know where y'all. I don't know.
So let me just give you the full rundown. 6'1" and 3/8, 208 pounds, 32 and 7/8 inch arms, and 9 and 7/8 inch hands. From Sterling, Virginia. College Holy Cross. That's NFL Combine.
Yeah, I don't know where y'all saw that 6'3" at. I know that's what they put on the. That's what they kept putting on the screen when you see XL and you see Coker, but neither one of them was a 6'3". I see. I can attest to that too. I saw the draft. At the end of the day, them was I give them 6'2". I ain't gonna give them 6'3". You can't. That's a whole nother inch.
Yeah. I get what the Panthers have them listed at, CJ. They lie just about just like any other team lie about their players' height and weight. And y'all ever notice that the weight and height don't ever change? I don't care if they play 1 year or 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That height and weight would never change. Like people don't put on weight or lose weight. Like I said, I'm going by official NFL Combine measurements without shoes. That's official. Like I don't know how you can even argue with that. Yeah.
I'll be measuring them dudes with cleats on.
Mm-hmm. Well, they typically,
Well, how they be
most
we
teams when they Yeah, they like Shaky was just saying, like he said, now they have 6'3" on both XL and Coco on the Carolina Panther roster. Okay, that's cool, but I'm telling you that's with shoes. That's not without shoes. Without
Yeah,
shoes,
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
both of those dudes are 6'1". Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, AJ said Coca likes to wear those platforms. Damn. Okay.
Damn.
DCAS said even Steve Smith said Utah had him listed at 6 feet. Yeah, and Steve Smith every bit about 5'8".
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
DCAS said the Panthers
yeah.
are lying. Yep, pretty much. Um, let's see, was there anything else? Let me ask the chat a question. And Nick, you can answer this. Let me drop Zip because I think Zip is not connected in anymore. So let me take his spot. So in the audience, you guys, y'all can answer this as well. How long do Carolina need to evaluate the internal group, meaning the wide receivers that's on the roster now, before considering another wide receiver? So I'm asking you that, Nick, and I'm also asking the chat. You guys can respond as well. How long should Carolina evaluate the eternal group before considering another wide receiver?
I'm going to say this probably won't be liked by a lot of the fan base. I'm just saying they might not like it. They might not like what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say this right now. If you're not evaluating talent,
go ahead, Nick. I'm listening.
Who you got on your roster? I don't care who you got on your roster.
Out. You cut out. Start Nick. You cut out. Start over again.
I said if you are not.
Yep, you cut out. You cut out again, dog.
Yeah, I'm outside my house, so the thing jumping back and forth between. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you right now. Yeah.
All right, so I was saying that you should always be evaluating talent. I don't care who you got on your roster.
Right.
You can miss out on the next great thing, on the next great player, if you are not always evaluating talent. So at the end of the day, the Carolina Panthers should be evaluating every opportunity to make a move right now, regardless.
Okay. All right. Shaky 8 said, I don't think they will. I do think Dave Canales will draft a wide receiver and some Brown every year. Okay. So in other words, Shaky, what you're saying, you think that they are comfortable with the wide receivers that they have right now. There's no potential to bring in another wide receiver that's maybe out there in free agency right now, or maybe gets dropped from another team, because there are 31 other teams out there that's going to have to make roster decisions. And there may be players available that Carolina feel like they could bring in and help the team. Now, I don't know who those players are, because I definitely don't know what players are available, but there possibly could be opportunities right now. There could possibly be opportunities. CJ said Nick got that Bell South service. Damn. AJ Brooks said they just brought in another wide receiver. Yeah, they brought in Casey Washington yesterday, AJ Brooks, but I think that's just for a depth piece and maybe possibly some special teams contribution.
Oh, they talking about the guy.
Ronnie Young. He said until the preseason results provide an adequate assessment of talent outside of T-Mac and Coker. Okay. AJ Brooks said Dan loves to churn. All right. Shaker said they may bring in a camp body, but in my honest opinion, I don't think they will. Okay. And AJ Brooks said Gabriel Benyard just now. So they just signed another receiver, Gabriel Benyard. Let's see. Let me look that up real quick while we are talking about the wide receiver position. He was with the Buffalo Bills. Let's see. Any news on him? Yeah, I don't see anything that says he's with Carolina as of yet. AJ, that must haven't hit yet. I
Camp
just
body,
googled the young man.
camp body, them camp bodies. That's all they doing there. They're keeping that 90-man roster, man.
Yeah, he went. Oh no, that's somebody else. Yeah, they have him with the Buffalo Bills, still with the Bills.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
only
see
person.
anything saying that he signed with Carolina just yet. All right. So yeah, we've been here again over 3 hours, man. QR codes in the top right corner. Support the show. Scan the QR code. Support the show. Show love to the show. I'll greatly appreciate that. All right. The PayPal link is also in the YouTube chat. There's a pinned comment at the top. The welcome to the morning kickoff is pinned at the top. Select, click on that link. The PayPal link is in there as well. If you're watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, you can also send a super chat. I greatly appreciate that. My daily goal every day is $25. That's my daily goal. Just help me reach that goal. Show love to the channel. It will be put to great use, and I greatly appreciate that. All right. And I'm gonna have one more question for the chat. Which responsibility do y'all believe will be the hardest to replace? Would it be the vertical stress, the third down, the red zone, formation flexibility, or special teams? Y'all answer that for me in the chat. And Nick, you can answer that question as well.
Do you replace special teams and record?
Yeah, which responsibility would be the hardest to replace? Vertical stress, third down, red zone, formation flexibility, or special teams?
I'm gonna say special teams right now.
You gonna say what?
I just don't think that we've seen enough to say that anything else.
But what was your answer? I didn't hear your answer. What was your
Special
answer?
teams, special teams.
Special teams. Okay. All right. Shake it 8. Say vertical stress. Okay. Anybody else got a response?
I don't agree with that, man. These must be acting like that. Bradley was like light years faster than everybody on the team. Like y'all do realize
so go ahead.
I said they do realize that he was only 2/100ths of a second faster than XL. 2/100ths, not
2 100ths of a second. Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. And look, if there are any other Panther fans that is debating the receiver plan without separating the medical facts from football projection, share this discussion with them. All right, we can disagree on the answer and still start from the same facts. That is possible. That is possible. We can disagree on the answer and still start from the same facts. So just make sure that people bring facts to the table. I see a lot of empty calorie type conversations with people just going back and forth, and neither is bringing any facts to the table. So yeah, just point them in this in this direction. Share this with them as well, and maybe that will help them form a better decision than some of the ones I have heard recently. Yeah, I greatly appreciate that. And before we close, let's return to what we know. All right. Carolina confirmed that Brazzell injured his left knee and underwent evaluation. Carolina has not announced an official diagnosis or recovery timetable. A partially torn LCL, a second opinion, and an absence of up to 8 weeks have been reported. Mitchell Evans has a confirmed lower ankle sprain. Dan Chisena has been placed on injury reserve. Casey Washington has officially joined the roster. The responsible approach is to wait for the official medical information while preparing the receiver rotation for a meaningful absence. All right. Chris Brazzell's injury changes Carolina receiver plan, but it doesn't have to break it. Legette now gets the first real opportunity to step into more outside work, while Metchie, Horn, Reed, Moore, Tremaine, and Washington all still have clear paths to carve out meaningful roles depending on what they show in practice and preseason action. Still, the evaluation has to stay honest and grounded in football reality. The real questions are whether the Panthers can still threaten defenses vertically, whether McMillan can keep moving around the formation the way they need him to, and who is going to earn Bryce Young's trust on third down. All right. So, hey, thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. If you did, share it with a friend or a family member. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you want even more, consider becoming a member on Patreon. All my social media links are in the YouTube description. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. I'll catch you guys next time. And as always, keep pounding.